All right, hey everyone, welcome to another episode of That's All Kayfabe with me and my buddy Gabe. Gabe, how you doing today?
I'm doing good, my man. I'm just kind of bloated. I just ate
Oh,
Wendy's. That's why.
man, we were talking about Wendy's. I think Wendy's is S tier as far as fast food goes. When you go to like money and like spending money and the quality and what you get, Wendy's is like it beats Burger King, beats McDonald's, beats Sonic. I think, in my opinion.
No. You're correct, and you're a Sigma Chad, as the kids say. Um, the only thing is like when every time I eat Wendy's and I fart, it smells exactly like Wendy's. I mean, which
There's
is
nothing
good for
wrong.
me.
I'll just say there's nothing wrong with that. I don't see anything
Yeah,
wrong
and
with
there's nothing wrong with me. My body's perfect.
that. No, you're a specimen of high caliber. You don't I know there's you don't have a gallbladder that's
Ooh,
well known in the universe of our origins.
yeah, yes, of our universe, our multiverse.
But yeah, I go Wendy's for burgers and Taco Bell for value. Anything
That
else?
makes sense. I used to be the biggest fucking hater of Taco Bell. And then
No,
when
Taco Bell's
when
great.
me and Giselle moved in together, like, oh, let's try Taco Bell, and I'm just like, oh, okay. And there's one thing on that menu, and I know we discussed it before, like probably not on the podcast, but just like in general conversation, that made me fall in love with Taco Bell, and that was the cheesy gordita crunch.
Oh yeah, yeah, that shit is S tier.
I
Cheesy
don't
gordita.
know how they made something so perfect. Like I don't get it. And like their hot sauce is not even my only complaint is like the hot sauce ain't really like that hot.
Mm, no.
Nah, but I mean, whatever. It's like that's just like a minor complaint. I'll take what I can get.
No, it's as the kids say based, I
It's
think.
based skibbity toilet sigma.
I
Dude,
love it.
I don't know any of these memes, man. I feel old. I feel like I'm getting to that age gap where I'm just like I don't know what the fuck is going on anymore with memes.
I understand them. I just don't know how to like incorporate them into my own like conversation. Like you know what
Uh
I mean?
huh.
Like based. I could not naturally say that word. I'd have to force myself to say it. You know what I mean? Like
What is
in
based?
conversation. It's when and I actually asked someone this when they were like, "Oh, that's based," and I was all, "What does that mean, based?" And they're like, "Oh, it's like based, like it's based in reality is what it means. So it's good. It's a good thing." And I'm like,
Oh, like I
"Okay,
guess like cool or like that's
yeah,
good.
yeah,
Okay.
it's a good thing." But I was like, "Well, "But what are the origins?" Like, "Oh no, it's based in reality, so it's based." And I'm like, okay, why wouldn't you just say it's based in reality then? I
Why
don't
you just
know.
say that's groovy? Like every other normal adult says it. But
Yeah.
I was talking to one of my coworkers, and he's probably like a few years younger than me. Like I'm 29. He's probably like 26, 27. And we were talking about fucking that skibbity toilet. Never seen it before. I don't know what the fuck it is, right? I still tell him like, dude, I don't know what the fuck it is, but everyone makes it seem like it's such a big thing. And he's like, yeah, dude, it's fucking cursed. And then that's another term too. And I was going on saying, dude, I feel like I'm getting to that age gap where I feel like I'm a boomer trying to understand memes, but I don't. And I just go, skibbity toilet, more like skibbity get a job.
You fucking you hippies or
You
whatever the
dang old
fuck.
hippies, get off my yard and your
You be,
gas prices.
you beatniks.
Beatniks. I feel like I can't say that. I feel like
Yeah,
that's close.
that does sound bad, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's based as far as the
Yeah.
kids.
W Riz, man. W Riz.
Well, we're here to not talk about the you know what they call the WWE the Fed, right? On Twitter.
No cap.
Yeah. They finna call them the Fed. But we're gonna talk about first today pay-per-view that happened last week called Forbidden Door 2024 AEW, and I have the results right here of the 17 matches, right? One of
Oh, was
17.
I thought it was 14.
I don't know.
One of 17? I
That's what
just
it
saw
says
the
here.
top. Oh
One
my
of
god.
17. So we're gonna go through this real quick because did you watch any of it, or you didn't buy it, right? Because I was like,
Uh,
you didn't buy it, right? I remember telling you, don't buy this, Gabe.
I listened to my conscience. I'm there because I was at my mom's and I was like, oh, the pay per view starting tonight, like So, but we didn't leave my mom's until like 7 o'clock, and then like the little devil popped up on my shoulder, like, yeah, don't buy that pay per view. It's gonna be a waste of money. And then like the angel popped on my under shoulder. Yeah, motherfucker, don't buy that pay per view. It'll be a waste of fucking money. So I'm like, okay, I won't buy it. So I found a live stream.
All right, no, because I remember you were like, I have a coin flipping app that I can use to decide, and I was like, no, don't. I was like, don't use that. If you're gonna do it, use a real coin. But I was like, I hope you do not buy this. You were like, oh, I'll let you watch it. No, I know you will, and I appreciate it very much. But I
Yes,
hope
yes.
you don't buy this
No,
because it does not
I,
look.
I listened to my conscience and I did not buy this at all. And then I was watching it, I was like, whew, thank God I didn't buy it.
Dude, yeah, no, I'm glad you didn't. I did not watch any of this, so
Oh, okay.
We'll just go through some of the matches. To see what 217. See, I don't even know what the matches are.
See, I
There's
don't know. I don't know if you want to skip over like the 0 hour because I didn't watch it either. Um, well, I don't know what's really notable. I
the
guess the Owen Hart, the tournament between Saraya and Maria May, or is it Mariah May?
oh yeah, because look at here, Serpentico versus Kyle Fletcher. This was given an F. Uh,
Damn, what the
yeah,
fuck?
yeah. So that's what probably 4.5 stars for what's his name? Dave Meltzer.
Four,
Uh,
4 3/4. So sorry, because it's almost a perfect match.
four-way tag team match. House of Black, a C plus. Defeated Kyle O'Reilly. Blah blah blah. Willow
Disrespectful.
Nightingale. Willow Nightingale and Tom Nakano. I actually saw this one. I think it
Hmm.
was okay. Yeah, B. It was okay when I saw this. Owen Hart Foundation. Oh, Mariah May versus Soraya. And I think I had told you this. Like, man, Soraya's like one of the people they brought in for main event. Blah blah blah, and she's doing 0 hour shit.
Yeah, I remember we were talking about that. May defeats
Oh,
Saraya.
and she
Wow.
well, she lost like real quick. Like the what's her name? May just rolled her up and that was it. It was like a weird
Really?
out of nowhere win. Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
man. Nothing against Mariah May, but I think it's just a favoritism for Saraya.
Well, no, Maria May won. She beat Soraya.
No, like I like. I mean, good for May for winning,
Hmm.
but I'm kind of sad because I would have wanted Saraya to win because it's favoritism.
Oh, okay, yeah. No, I
Yeah.
feel like well, they wanted May to continue because I guess the storyline with Tony Storm and whatever that other woman is.
Mina or Mina.
Yeah, yeah.
We'll get to it.
Uh, Yo- Yoda Tsuji, Yoda Tsuji, Titan, and Hiromo. I don't know.
Takahashi.
Mystico. Yeah, Lucha Brothers and Mystico defeat them. C plus. MJF versus Hechi Sero.
Okay, this is the first match of the actual pay per view, like the main card.
A B plus. MJF
Yeah,
won.
I didn't catch this match, but I remember they would show highlights of it, and Hechicero, like he would do like a bunch of like Ric Flair taunts, or I don't know if his gimmick is just like doing taunts from like other wrestlers,
Uh
but like
huh.
he would just like do the Ric Flair taunt and then just fucking flick everybody off like that.
Like
Like it was
Stone
just
Cold or something.
yeah, like unironically, it was just kind of fucking funny.
That's weird. No, I just feel bad that MJF. I mean, yeah, you could tell he likes opening up the pay per view, and there's a like maybe he just wants to wrestle and leave,
Uh huh.
or or he's good at just opening up so the crowd has like something to get hyped for. But I don't know. I feel bad that he just is opening up when he should be like main eventing, but you know.
Well, I think he's starting to get back in the groove of things because I don't know if you saw from this past Dynamite. We're recording this on the 7th of July.
Hmm.
He attacked Daniel Garcia like pretty fucking bad. I like beat him to a bloody pulp.
Man, I like
Yeah.
Daniel Garcia too. That he's the
Oh,
one
I
that
know,
dances,
dude.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can't see my hips, but I'm doing my best.
I hear your keys jingling.
Just my keys. You hear my back popping. Pop, pop, pop.
So that got a B plus. The acclaimed and Tanahashi versus the Young Bucks and Okada. The Elite defeated the acclaimed
Of
and Tanahashi.
course they
A C,
did.
a C plus, C plus. So
So,
nothing very good with this pay per view.
so that's what at least like 5.5 stars, right?
It's not in the Tokyo Dome. Calm down.
Oh, okay. So 4 3/4.
Yeah, yeah, nearly perfect match. Um,
Man, I'm just
so
so tired of the Young Bucks, dude. It's nothing against Okada, but it's just the fucking Young Bucks.
I mean, he's probably the best part of it now, and then the fact that he's
Oh
getting
yeah,
paid, I appreciate that for him too. So that's a good thing.
yeah, 100%. We stand Okada in this house.
Oh yeah. Uh, Owen Hart's Foundation Men's quarterfinal: Bryan Danielson versus Shingo Takagi, and Danielson defeated Takagi by referee stoppage. This got an A.
Yes, I agree. This is the match I actually sat through and watched. Because for the most of the card, I was just kind of, you know, wondering what I'm gonna eat for dinner.
Yeah,
But this match, I was like, oh, I just love Brian Danielson. He's always one of my favorite wrestlers,
I
current
do too.
wrestlers,
Hmm.
and like this match, he fucking kicked ass in it, so it was pretty fucking awesome. This eventually led to his match on Dynamite. I don't know if it was on Dynamite that past week where he fought Pac in the Owen Hart tournament,
Uh huh.
and Danielson won. So now he's moving on to the finals.
That's good. And then I know now whoever wins the cup gets a chance at the title, right? Sort of like a Money in the
Yes,
Bank.
yes. I don't think we're gonna talk about Dynamite that much, which is
No.
fine. But spoiler alert. Adam Page came back,
Oh, that's
and
cool.
yeah, because Jeff Jarrett was supposed to fight a wild card in the tournament to determine who was gonna go to the final, and Adam Page came back and obliterated Jeff Jarrett. Well, actually, not obliterated, but they had a good match. But uh, Adam Page, dude, he's like on this rampage of like, I don't give a fuck what anybody's doing anymore, but it's like I still want to kill Swerve. Even though he almost did that one match. Um,
With the
I,
blood drinking and shit.
oh my god, dude, that still makes me nauseous. I'm like, isn't that cannibalism, right?
I don't know. I don't know how it works with when it's different races.
I don't know either, man. It's because it's like I know people talk about it being keto or like gluten free.
Carnivore.
Yeah.
The carnivore diet.
Oh my god.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel like I could drink not another man's blood. I would feel it was too gay. It would need to be a woman's blood,
Huh.
and like it would depend on the area. Um, like if it was from the head like that, I probably could, and if it was from like a woman I was attracted to, I probably could. Like
Yeah.
a like a vampire fetish type thing, but I
Maybe
don't.
like from the foot of a woman because like Fritos and cheese, like it coagulates at the bottom.
I could do that if it was coming from like the shin and then dropping down to the foot. I don't think I could do it straight from the foot. I just feel like I don't know.
Yeah, I don't think I could take blood from the stomach because that's where all the caca is.
Yeah,
Like
exactly. The
you don't want
exact.
to you don't want to eat so they get fecal matter poisoning inside your body, especially if you're drinking blood.
Yeah, that's why I don't eat snacks on the toilet.
Yeah. It's like
I
you.
will-
That's why. Oh, life hack. You straddle the toilet when you take a shit, so that way
Uh-huh.
you can use
Uh-huh.
the actual toilet like part like that to hold your bowl of cereal, and then you can eat cereal.
That's actually a good life hack to go at it the other way, the toilet.
Yes, exactly.
Okay.
That's how I see life sometimes, man. Go
Yeah.
think set it the other way.
Fucking flow, what is it? Flow upstream instead of downstream. The opposite.
Oh man, I
Don't
feel like
stick to the rivers and the lakes that you used to.
I don't know this. Oh wait, what song is that? Oh
TLC.
my god, TLC. Oh yeah, don't go
Go
chasing
chasing
waterfalls.
waterfalls. You stick to
You straddle your
the river.
toilet to eat cereal,
Pretty good.
and
Fruity
then burn your
Pebbles.
boyfriend's house down, right? Something like that.
We'll do Fruity Pebbles, and that'll be a callback to later on whenever we do talk about one of the best Fruity Pebbles there is in the world.
Try not to cry. I'm trying not to cry.
Continuing on with this pay per view, Mina Shirakawa versus Timeless Tony Storm. Storm defeated Shirakawa. This got an A. An A. This got
I
the
would have
same
given
grade.
it. I'm sorry.
Huh?
Go ahead.
This got the same grade as Danielson's match.
It should have been A plus because Tony Storm, Mina, and Mariah May, they did a three-way kiss at the end. They made amends,
That
just like
is
how God intended.
that is like the three-headed hound, hellhound, the Cerebrand.
Oh, dude, but they're all just like sis. I gotta stop. Never mind. Uh, dude, nah, Mina is so fucking hot, dude. I know she's, but like she came out. I don't. You said you didn't see this preview, right? But
I
when
saw
she,
this kiss somewhere, because it was everywhere. But
yeah, she came out and she was doing like this really cute dance, like like something like super kawaii and shit. And
mhm.
I'm just there staring at my iPad like this, like this, just hard eyes, dude. I don't know, something about her, man. I think she's the type I would build a house for with these
Yeah,
bare hands. Like Dakota Kai, I would totally build a house for Dakota Kai,
no,
or maybe
I
just
know.
buy one, like if I could.
Nah, I think if you were to like actually get into the situation, I think you could build a house like out
Oh,
of
but
like
it's those mud huts that those YouTubers do.
whoa, those are those SGWs, and no, I
Whoa,
don't.
man, take it easy.
The South Uganda South Crowd Wrestling,
South Ground Wrestling,
not the SJWs, the
man.
SGWs.
But on an actual note for this match, the one thing that was really annoying me with this match, I know a lot of people were saying it, and I caught it when I was listening to it, that people were chanting at Mina like you can wrestle." But I'm just like,
Oh,
dude, they're kind of beating the fucking shit out of each other. Like, it's a good
that's mean.
match. I know exactly. I was like, how fucking dare y'all? And it was one of the better matches of the night too. Well, besides like the main event, 'cause I think the main event kind of stole the show.
I would hope so. That's how the show should be stolen, especially on a 17-14, however many matches this card was. It's not
God,
really
dude,
confirmed.
7 fucking team.
But I'm glad they kissed and made up. That's a great little storyline, and it deserves an A plus.
Oh, and it
Uh,
was real quick at the end of the
mhm.
match when they did the three-way kiss. Nigel McGuinness stood up and he's just like applauding, and he's just like crying like this. That show was so fucking funny, dude. It was so over the top. But go ahead and continue. I'm sorry.
No, we love this horny shit
Mm-hmm.
here. Yeah. Next year, Orange Cassidy versus Zack Sabre Jr. Um, a B. Yeah, okay. Sabre
Yeah, I think
defeated
so.
Cassidy.
Yeah, I think I sent you the clip right with Saber like fucking hog tied Orange Cassidy, like all his limbs, and then like he couldn't tap or move or anything because all
I
his limbs were like rolled up in the ball or like the way he had him like
You
in the
might have
submission
sent
hold.
it to me, and I don't know if it's still there. If the media, when AEW takes down
Oh
The media,
yes,
it
I
might
forgot
have.
about
I don't
that.
remember. They do that a lot. It pisses me off.
I know, man. I just want to see Orange Cassidy get beat. It's funny.
I'm glad he got beat. He rarely fuck gets beat, but now he's gonna go on a undefeated streak for the next 5 years because
I
of
know it's
this.
gonna be next Goldberg. I'm excited. Good for Orange Cassidy.
But B okay. Here's 12 of 17. Samoa
God,
Joe, Shibata, and Hook versus Jericho, Big Bill, and Jeff Cobb.
Big Bill, Big Bill. I love
This
Big
got
Bill.
a Joe, and Shibata defeated them C plus. Please retire chants from fans in Long Island.
Oh man, dude. Yeah, they were totally against everything Jericho was doing. And it's like, why do you put Jericho on every fucking pay per view, dude? You don't need to.
This says here, please retire chants from fans in Long Island were met by resistance from Jericho, who reminded them that he is from there and is their hometown hero.
Yeah.
I thought he was Canadian.
Yes.
I don't know.
Yes. I don't know anything about Long Island. I don't know if they share
I don't
like
know.
between countries. I don't know, man. I just work here.
Uh, you still got it. Chants were answered with louder, more passionate "No, you don't" chants from the fans.
Oh,
That's
dude.
pretty bad.
Oh, dude. This shit was so fucking funny.
Next year ladder match to crown a new TNT champion. And I don't know why I was like, why do they need to do this? And I was like, oh yeah, because Edge, Adam Copeland fucked his leg up, and when he won the belt, he had to immediately relinquish it. So
Yes.
um, we
Man.
have El Fantasmo, Leo Rush, Jack Perry, Takesha, Mark Briscoe, and Dante Martin, which I like. I like Dante Martin and Takesha.
Takesha's my favorite. Yeah, I agree. I totally agree with you.
Yeah. And who ended up
Um,
Perry defeated. Oh, Perry won.
oh my god. This is what's so fucking stupid. It's like you're gonna give the belt, the Young Bucks, they were gonna give the belt to fucking Jack Perry. But then Christopher Daniels, because I guess he's like part manager or something, because why not? He comes out and like, no, like it has to be a ladder match to determine the next champion, whatever. Okay, that
Uh-huh.
makes fucking sense. And everybody does all the spots in the match. Like literally, I can't recall Jack Perry doing fucking anything, and he still fucking wins it. And I'm just like, okay, so what was the point of having the fucking ladder match if you're still gonna give it to fucking Jack Perry, dude? Because Takeshita was kicking ass, Briscoe, everybody else was kicking ass, dude. But I think Takeshita was like the fucking highlight of this
Uh-huh.
match. And then here comes Jack Perry, just like coming through, whatever. Haha, teehee, look at this teehee. And ends up winning. I don't know, man. It's like, I was finding a lot to complain about this. I'm just like, oh, okay. Of course the Young Bucks are going to win. I was like, I don't want Jack Perry to win. Womp womp. He does win. And there's another match I'll complain about that happened on this card too, that we'll come to what we come to, because it kind of ruins. I just feel like it just ruins the surprise when you have like the same people winning over and over again.
That's all it ever is. The same people, the friends of Tony Khan. But
I know,
yeah,
and it's like Takeshita should have been a champion by now, dude. He's fucking great.
uh, here we go. Title for title. Mercedes Mone versus Stephanie Varker. Uh, I don't know how this match did. That's Stephanie Varker. I don't know anything about her, but she's kind of hot.
She's really
Uh,
hot. Yes.
and oh look, hey, Doctor Britt Baker's dag is dag. Doctor Britt Baker is back, and here's a line.
Berber order a hurif.
Yeah, here's a long code for the link if anyone wants to view it. Monet defeated Varker, a B plus, and this was for now she has both belts, right? Title for title.
And here, this is another match I'm talking about, where it's just like I'm not even surprised that Mercedes won, because how she announced like, "Oh yeah, I have creative control." Tee like, ooh, man, like, why the fuck are you gonna tell everybody that you have creative control? I sound like a fucking boomer. I feel like I
You're
don't
not
know,
based.
Bubba Ray.
You're
Uh,
unbased.
I'm unbased. I'm no skibbity riz.
No, I'm a turkey baster. You're unbased.
Oh shit! I'm ready.
Gross. Oh, cut
uh,
that. Cut that.
we'll cut
Jamie,
that.
cut that out.
Cut that out. We
Uh,
gotta cut that.
cut that out, Jamie.
So,
I hired an editor named Jamie. Cut it out, Jamie.
hell yeah! What
No,
up,
I'm just,
JB? What up,
I'm
JB?
just kidding. There's no editors.
It's like, why the fuck are you going to say to the public that you have creative control, and then you book your match to where you win it? I don't know, cause I'm pretty sure you have a say in this if you're one of the creative writers. I fucking guess to
Yeah,
win both
about
belts.
100% saying it essentially.
Yeah, and it's like this match was uh pretty good, but again, it's like the outcome was just like I'm over it, you know. And it's like because Sasha Banks, Mercedes Mone was like a real like one of my favorite wrestlers in WWE years ago, and that has well, you know, not to discredit her accolades and shit and everything, but it kind of just ruins the oh shit, she's a double champion now, because I feel like that's very like commonplace now in
Hmm.
the AEW community.
Yeah, where AEW will have some other company's belt, or whenever what's his name Eddie Kingston had like all the titles.
Yeah, yeah. Eddie Kingston had all the titles. Um, Mercedes Monet, she's a double champion. Kenny Omega, I think he had three fucking four belts, if I remember
Didn't
correctly.
Moxley have multiple titles, or he had like another promotion? He said he has another promotions title, right? Unless he lost it this pay per view.
He did lose it this pay per view.
Oh, okay, all right.
He did lose it this pay per view. But it was the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship, like the
Mm.
main belt. He had
Yeah,
New Japan's main belt. I don't know, man. I think this is kind of like left a sour taste in my mouth. Not unless they do actually something different, but if someone's getting paid a lot of money to have like that creative freedom, I feel like they're not going to give up like their top spot to anybody else.
hmm,
I can just hope for the best.
that's all we can do. Hope for the best.
The turkey based.
Next we have speaking of the IWGP Heavyweight Championship, John Moxley versus Tetsuyo Naito, and yeah, Naito defeated Moxley C plus.
This is the worst match of the night.
Really?
I think so. Well, beside, I didn't see what happened in the pre show, but man, this match, I don't know, man. There was something weird about it. Like they never clicked. Like their spots felt forced. Toward the end of the match, it looked weird because I don't know if you know Naito's finisher. He's called Destino, where like he runs up, but like it catch him like this to swing around, and then like you fall back. Like he like swings around your arm, but like he kind of captures you in like a dragon sleeper and like slams you down.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, it's just one swift move. And it looks cool. So like Moxley was gonna go for his paradigm shift, and you know he spins out of it to do Destino, but something had fucked up, and like they were just trying to fix themselves for like a minute and a half straight.
Oh
Like you could
Lord.
just tell like they were trying to do something, and I couldn't tell whether or not someone was like sandbagging for a second, like you know, like purposely fucking up to make the other person look stupid.
Hmm.
But it just looked really sloppy, and it's one of those things too where it's like 1, 2, 3. Oh, Naito wins. All right, in our next match, like we're gonna here's the package for our next match.
Yeah, yeah. It didn't give it time to fucking register with the fans or anything. It was just like, man, we are in a hurry. We got a fucking stacked card that we got to get through.
Yeah, yeah, and it's like it should be a big deal because I feel like those matches are like super prestigious, and like especially like New Japan matches. But since they weren't able to do any of that, It just felt rushed. I'm just like, man, I feel like they don't care about Naito winning the championship. So like, why should I?
Mhm. Mhm.
Yeah,
No,
it's a shame.
exactly. It's a shame, a goddamn shame. Next year, I guess this is the main event, or AEW World Championship. Swerve Strickland versus Will Ospreay, and
Yes,
Strickland defeats Ospreay, and it's an A.
match of the night, man. Match of the night. It was fantastic. Osprey's great. Strickland's great. They put on a very, very good match, a good wrestling match. If I really had to complain about something, um, it probably has to be Don Callis because I'm also tired of seeing Don Callis on my TV. It's just like I don't know. He just doesn't seem like a very enjoyable person to deal with. But I'm not gonna let that take away from the fact that this was an awesome match.
Well, I guess that was it, right? There wasn't
I
a lot on. Yeah, overall grade. Okay, so they have an overall grade. Overall grade A. How do you get an A?
oh, what the fuck? That doesn't make sense, dude. Someone's
No.
not mathing right.
Yeah, there was too many C's and F's to get an A. There was only like 3 A matches. Uh
Nah, dude. It's like that's not how this works, man. Someone's not mathing right, dog. That this is like a C at best.
I would say a C plus at best. A C plus with the overall grade of Forbidden Door. Like you said, it's like they didn't care about a lot of the prestigious titles and matches, so why should we, you know?
Yeah, exactly. Like I don't know how what benefits Stardom's gonna get from it. What benefits New Japan is gonna get from it. But if I remember correctly, I don't know if I sent it to you or not. But somewhere in the show they announced like another um like super show but based from New Japan.
Hmm.
It's like AEW's Forbidden Door, but it's New Japan. It's called like I forgot what it was called, Wrestle something, but it's gonna have to do
Wrestle something new.
Wrestle Kazoo Palooza,
Wrestle Palooza.
Wrestle Kingdom. It's gonna be New Japan, Stardom, Ring of Honor, AEW, and CMLL. Kind of like the same fucking groups that you got here, but
Yeah,
maybe New Japan could like present it better compared to AEW. That's what I'm hoping
yeah.
for.
Well, they're making this seem like it's a rowdy crossover event for the ages every year, and it's like I don't know. We're kind of like you've said before, and we've said they cross over all the time now. It doesn't even feel like Forbidden Door special because
Yeah.
they're
Mhm.
constantly sending talent to New Japan to take their belts, and then the same with over here with their wrestlers showing up. Oh my God, it's this person and X and Y and da da da, and they've come to take on the open challenge, the TNT Open Challenge. Oh my God, so
Yeah.
it
Uh
doesn't feel special anymore.
the that promotion it's Wrestle Dynasty, which actually sounds pretty sick. But it's New Japan, AW, CMLL, Ring of Honor, and Stardom. And it is January 5th, 2025 in the Tokyo Dome. So every match is like at worst 4.25.
Which is 5 stars,
Yeah, every match is gonna be five
essentially.
stars.
Essentially 5 stars.
Because I know like for comparison, I think New Japan's WrestleMania, it's called Wrestle Kingdom, and that's always the first pay-per-view of the new year. So it's always like on that first weekend, which is like the fourth or fifth or third, whatever. So I guess they're using this to replace Wrestle Kingdom,
Hmm.
which is like such a bold move because they had like Wrestle Kingdom 13 or no, they're probably like at 18, 17 or 18. Like they were very, very much like in it where I'm like, oh damn, this is like their WrestleMania, and it was great, like their matches, like their final matches were always so good. but I guess they're trying something different. Hopefully, it works out for them.
Well, speaking of something different, let's head over to the Fed, known as WWE, and talk about Money in the Bank 2024.
So,
And
did you see Money in the Bank?
I did watch it. I
Mhm.
tuned in at 6, and it started at 6, and I forgot, because of I guess the time zones. I was like, oh, it's starting an hour earlier. Cool. So it was nice and relaxing, quick pay per view. But I actually did sit down and watch the whole thing. I actually
Mhm.
took notes too.
Oh,
Uh,
nice. Hell yeah.
yeah, yeah. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna take notes for this because this is a nice little sweet pay per view. So, real quick, I will go with the intro. I thought the rap song was cool. The intro was cool
Hmm.
until I saw the dude hit the gritty or whatever that dance is.
Oh man, I didn't catch the very beginning. I had I bought barbecue. After I ate some barbecue, I took a nap, and I woke up at 6. And I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna put it on so I can watch the pre-show." And I turned it on, and sure enough, it was the beginning of the first ladder match.
Oh, okay. Now,
So I
so you had the
kind of
same idea as I did, where I was like, "Oh shit, it's already starting."
uh huh.
Uh, and yeah, the only other thing I have to say about the beginning is that the boys is a sponsor, which was
Oh
pretty
yeah, that
cool.
was fucking awesome. I thought you saw Homelander like standing like this, like all over the barricade, and then Giselle's just like, "Why are they showing Cody Rhodes everywhere?" I'm like, "Oh, oh,
You're not
oh,
wrong. She's not wrong.
oh man."
It
Real quick, so that song it doesn't say Giselle.
doesn't. What does it say?
She said,
I think that's a lie. I think
"No, no, it
I
says
think Kurt Cobain's
Giselle."
lying. I think Kurt Cobain's lying to
Yeah,
himself.
because we were just talking about it, and recently with her dad, even her dad mentioned it. It's like, "Oh, I thought it said Giselle this whole time, but it said something else." So I looked it up. I was like, "I don't care, I don't care, I don't care. I don't mind, I don't mind, I don't mind, I don't mind, I don't mind." She said, "Huh? Okay." She
But that's the whole
said,
point.
she said, she said, she said,
I'm gonna
she
go with
said.
it. It says Giselle. I don't care what
So
history
yeah,
says.
me too. I know. I don't care what Kurt Cobain says. What's he gonna do? Stop me?
He's dead. He can't correct
He
himself.
can't correct himself. He couldn't correct himself because he died.
Exactly. Well, no, unless they do an AI version of him, which they
It's
probably
like,
will.
you know what color Kurt Cobain's eyes were when he died? They
What
were
color?
blue because one blew that way, one blew the other.
Uh,
Too soon. Too soon.
too soon. Too
Too
soon.
soon.
So, what do you think of starting because you started it right with the ladder match was about to begin.
Mhm.
Did you see it right from the beginning, starting with like Jey Uso?
I saw when I tuned in, she was announcing that the ladder match was gonna begin, the only way to win the match, whatever. And then with Jey Uso coming out in the crowd, which these camera shots, man, they're fucking fire with them, man. They're really,
Yeah,
really good.
they are good.
My only complaint about Jey Uso's entrance was that he's going like this, hey, hey, and then there was like this one dude when he would raise his hands up, like that dude would have his arms down, and then Jey Uso put his arms down, and then he would pick them up. Like he was off beat, like a ska song, like they do it on the upbeat. That's what
uh,
he was doing. And it was pissing me off. I'm like, these Canadians.
I I like how pumped the crowd was, how the crowd was sold out and it looked. It
Mm-hmm.
it was like holy shit, and then the fact that Jey Uso's entrance was so long, I was like, is everyone entrance gonna be this long? Because his entrance took four fucking ever.
It really did. Yes, I went to go use the restroom. Um, I took my vitamins. I
Mhm.
did my laundry. What else did I do?
Said your
I
prayers.
said my prayers. I cut my yard.
Mm-hmm.
Took out the trash. I read the newspapers, did the daily Sudoku,
Bake some chicken. I know that
baked
takes a
some
while.
chicken. Yeah,
Yeah,
that took 3 hours. And Jay Uso was still doing his entrance, man.
dude. But I love how the crowd was hyped. Um, the first things I noticed, the boys' little logo, which was all right. The Prime logo was in the middle of the ring, which didn't bother me again.
I think
Um,
I gotten used to it at this point.
yeah, it looked fine. And then Andrade came out, and the crowd was just like it. That's exactly how the crowd was. They just went.
It's 2 o'clock.
You just heard the ice cream truck with
And then
with
everyone
the
fighting each
crowd.
other to go to the ice cream truck.
Yeah.
Ah!
Nah, the crowd just like rowdy died down for Andrade. Like I felt bad because
I don't think that's Andrade's fault. I blame Def Rebel because they make the worst fucking songs for each wrestler. Dude, Andrade used to have the one of the best fucking songs. Like it was like Road to El Dorado, like just
welcome to the Rotel El Dorado. Do 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 do.
such a
Every
lovely
time they
place.
play, such a lovely place.
You can find it here.
Whoa!
Here you find a briefcase. Pink champagne on ice. You can win a championship here on your own device. Dude, but no kidding. I legit don't think it's Andrade's fault. It's not Andrade's fault. I feel like it literally has to do with the fucking theme songs.
I don't know. Okay, so maybe that evidence could stand, right? But then LA Knight comes out, he gets a decent pop because he's LA Knight. Chad Gable comes out and gets a decent boo heel pop because he's a decent heel. Carmelo Hayes, I don't know if he got a good pop. I couldn't remember, but he looked good. He looked
Oh
fucking
no,
good.
his entrance is fucking fire. He's like one of the exceptions that
Yeah.
where it's like it's good
That.
for real, dude. Some of them are okay, but my gripe is I hate that a lot of these new songs they have to say something at the fucking beginning to indicate, oh, this is a certain wrestler. Like it's Tiffy time, and then like literally Naomi's entrance, it's NAO, and I'm like the dog ran, you know,
What was the
like
other one like? El Idolo. El
yeah,
Idolo.
yeah, you don't know,
El
and then
Idolo.
with Chad Gable, his used to be shoosh
Yeah.
please. Like they all have to fucking say so. I was like, bro, just make a good fucking song. Fucking CFO dollar sign. I think that's what it was. He used to make banger fucking songs for NXT, dude. Like Keith Lee's songs to this day goes hard. Undisputed Era, their song went hard as fuck. Oh man. And then I really liked Johnny Gargano's old song because it sounded like Paramore, but it wasn't Paramore. I forgot who it was. And I stand Paramore, man.
Mm-mm-mm. I
Fuck.
tell you. And then McIntyre came out. He got a good heel pop. Um, Otherwise, the match started. And what I hated the most starting with this pay per view is that replay. When they did the replay, it sounded like a little money sound, and that's
Oh,
the
like
exact cha-ching, like a register. No, no, it goes like cha-ching, and it
oh
sounds
yes, yes, like an old school register.
yeah, like a register ringing up something, and
Hmm.
it sounds exactly like the sound when I make a sell on eBay. So the whole fucking pay per
You're just
view,
checking your phone.
yeah, I was checking my phone because right now I'm broke as fuck, and I'm like, did I sell anything on eBay? Fucking replay bullshit. Like I kept falling for it. It pissed
It's
me
like
off.
you get a notification on your phone from WWE. It says, "Got you." Man, made you look.
It says based you
It's a skibbity,
based skibbity fag. No, I don't
skibbity,
know.
skibbity back. L plus ratio plus you fell off.
um the only takeaways I really had from this match, because I didn't write very many notes here, or besides all that, I would like to see an Andrade versus McIntyre. That seemed pretty cool when I saw them
Yes.
face off. Gable suplexing everyone looked fucking badass.
Even the ladder. He suplexed the fucking ladder. Did you get that
onto
too?
some onto someone, right? I can't
Onto
remember who.
Andrade. Yeah.
Yeah, and no tables really surprised me. There were no
And,
tables at all.
and no interference.
Very surprising, and it was almost Gable like I had predicted, but then McIntyre won, and that's those were my takeaways. What about you?
My takeaway, what was my big thing? I knew Andrade was going to do a sunset power bomb to somebody, and I didn't think it was going to be to Carmelo, but Carmelo took that pretty well. I think that's the safest you can fucking take it. My guy, I think was what we said last week was that either Gable, I think I said either Gable was going to win or LA Knight was going to win.
Yeah, yeah.
Womp
I
womp,
was
I was wrong.
I was really hoping for Gable, and then I was hoping he'd cash in that night on the Sami Zayn, and it was close. He was like they really fooled us because they thought it was gonna be Jey Uso, right? And then Gable
Yeah.
goes up and throws Jey Uso, and it looks like he's gonna get it, and he's hanging from the fucking
Oh,
thing.
dude, that shit fucking scared me.
Dude, that bump was pretty rowdy when he fell and landed belly first. That
It
was pretty
was. I
rowdy.
think he took it as safe as he can,
Yeah, yeah.
but fuck, dude, that shit gives me anxiety whenever they're like that high up.
I thought he was gonna get the briefcase off and fall with it. I was like, "Oh my god, he's gonna fucking get this," but nah, he didn't. And
Oh man,
McIntyre got it.
do you think they could someone could do that where if they're swinging from it, they could like unhook it and they grab it with the other one, and then maybe
That's
they can like lower them down?
dude. I mean, he could have jumped. He could have landed belly first with the briefcase. You
Oh
know,
man, but
like
that was still hurt.
that's what. Yeah. Oh yeah. But I thought, like you said, he took it the safest way possible. And even him doing that, I didn't feel an anxiety that I do with AEW matches.
Dude,
You know.
I know what you mean. Man, my anxiety, we'll get to it, was fucking through the roof with the women's ladder match.
Oh man, yeah, that was
We'll
a
talk
different story.
yeah, we'll talk about it soon, but I was kind of upset about Drew winning because I knew Drew was going to cash it in that night
Really?
if he won it. Yes. And that's what I didn't want. I want them to hold it on for a fucking long, like what Damian Priest did, hold it on for a long time, and they cash it in like when people like least expect it. And I was like, man, dude, I was like, all this to elevate the fucking Drew and Punk feud.
Well, it worked out, and we'll talk about it later. But with Seth
Mhm.
Rollins too, it kind of elevated that as well. But
Yeah.
what do you think of the match in general?
Besides the
Men's Money in the Bank.
outcome, I felt like it went by very fast. But it was still enjoyable. There's like a bunch of like oh shit moments where I reacted pretty well. I'd probably give it like a 7, a solid 7 or maybe light 8.
I'd say the same thing. I was really rooting for Gable, and he did a lot of good shit considering he was probably. I mean, Carmelo Hayes maybe. He's probably taller than Gable. Gable's like the smallest dude in the ring, but he was able to show off against like Andrade and the bigger guys. But yeah, I was like when I saw Andrade and McIntyre kind of face off, I was like that'd be pretty cool. They look like a cool little feud
Nah,
between
man.
them.
Andrade, he deserves a lot more credibility than what he is given. He's fucking badass. And plus, he's married to Charlotte. Like, good for him.
What do I have here? Oh, this is where McIntyre won Money in the Bank. Yeah.
Mm.
I was like, what do I have clipped here? Okay. Now we go to the Intercontinental Championship match, Sami Zayn versus Braun Breaker. Um what do I have here? Braun Breaker looks great. Sami Zayn looks like a homeless Seth Rollins. That's what I wrote here. uh cool spot Braun Breaker when he saved him from the outside when
Dude, when he did the
he,
backflip.
yeah, he did like a moonsault off of the barricade, and dude, Braun Breaker saved his ass
He
from
really
getting
did.
like neck broken on the fucking floor. Um, holy shit, that Frankensteiner that he did.
Dude, every time he does that, it's so fucking cool. I love he doesn't use any hands, and then you see him like already falling, and just like, and then just grabs with his legs and does it. That's what a fucking feat of agility. Like that is amazing.
Yeah, and what is he like? 280 pounds of like muscle and shit. Like I don't know.
I think he's 220.
Oh, is he? I don't know
I think
why I
he's
thought he was more.
220.
Okay, but he's still a big dude to just run up and then like balance like that is amazing. And the last note I have here, Sami Zayn always looks like he runs out of health points and then he gets like one extra health point to where yeah, he's like a zombie and then he gets that last hit and then wins like that underdog. And it kind of annoys me. I'll say that. What did you think of this match? That's all I have written for notes here.
Oh man, I fucking love Sami Zayn. He's always like another one of my favorites. Dude, Braun Breaker is 26 years old.
Dude, he looks amazing.
230 pounds. That's who he is.
Oh, okay. Oh, my bad. But he looks amazing. Like that shit too when he like ran the ropes like really quick when he
Uh
kept
huh.
like dodging under Sami Zayn and they were saying he could go 23 miles per hour. We've measured his speed in the ropes.
Dude, I believe it. Like
Yeah.
I will legit believe it. That dude is a fucking, no pun intended. He's a fucking genetic freak. Like
he looks amazing.
I've never seen Scott Steiner in his prime, but I feel like Scott Steiner in his prime would wish he was Braun Breaker. And I'll probably legit say that like with my chest out too. My takeaways. I know that Braun Breaker got a new entrance theme.
Mm-hmm.
Again, it is a song. It sounds generic. I like Sami Zayn. You know, he had that. I know he was like one of the hometown guys there, but I feel like it wasn't as big for when he fought Roman Reigns years ago in Toronto, Canada, in Ontario. But I mean, you know, he's the Intercontinental Champion, so it's like nothing against him. He's a champion at this time. But man, I thought this was gonna be Breaker's time to shine, or like I thought it was gonna be his night to win.
Uh-huh.
Because again, like you said, like the one HP shit. The one thing that bugs me is that Sami Zayn won with one haluva kick clean in the ring.
Mm-hmm.
When you're building up Braun Breaker to be this fucking badass beast of a man, to like a genetic freak, you know, just destroying everything in his path just for him to lose to one haluva kick clean.
Yeah.
Which I think it should have been a couple of them. You know, it should have been a
Mm-hmm.
few kicks to keep him down or something like that. But I was very surprised. I mean, good for Sami Zayn, but man, I wanted Breaker to win so bad.
Or like yeah, like you said, maybe do that brain buster as dangerous as it is from the middle
Mm-hmm.
rope or whatever, do something more to keep Braun Breaker down. You're right on that. Like it shouldn't have
Oh.
just been one kick that because there was a move where man he what did he do? He tried to do that kick and Braun Breaker just kind of like spun his body and rammed into him or something and stopped it. Like
Oh, like he jumped up, right? He got him with his
yeah,
knee or something.
yeah, he hit him just with his body, like he just collided with him to avoid the kick, and
Dude,
I just
that's
feel
kind
like
of like the shit I like seeing. It's like
yeah,
just
yeah,
doing whatever you can to fucking stop the move from happening.
it reminds me of that shit Keith Lee would do when someone would like run the ropes and he would just shove them,
Ooh,
and they would
pounce. He pounced them.
yeah, yeah, yeah. That always was pretty cool to see.
You
It
know who
looked
always
very
did a good
uncontrolled.
pounce?
Hmm.
I don't think you ever saw the wrestler, but Monty Brown, and he was part of a TNA like back in like 2005. They're like this really big buff black dude. Like that was his finisher, but every time he did the pounce, dude, it looked fucking sick. It's like kind of crazy. Like TNA originated a lot of moves that people use today, like the pounce, the fucking destroyer, shit like that. This was a great match. I really liked it, but I felt like it was the wrong winner.
Um, I was just hoping for Gable to win the Money in the Bank and then come to this and win it, but
Mm-hmm.
I like see. Yeah, I think it was the wrong winner, but I am glad Braun Breaker is getting matches, and Sami Zayn. I'm just like I don't know. I don't really see him as a champion. I like him as a comedic character. I don't mind if he's the underdog where he beats people, but as a champion, I don't think he needs to have a belt to be popular or to be
Mm-hmm.
elevated.
Kind of like Danielson or Danny
Yeah,
Bryan in a
yeah,
way,
yeah.
where it's like, people are still gonna love you no matter what you do. Like, you don't need a championship or anything. Like, just wrestle. I am still waiting for Kevin Owens to become champion, and then he has a feud against Sami Zayn to where they could just do whatever the fuck they want in the ring, and then Sami wins. Yeah, I remember. I would imagine that for. It's gonna sound ridiculous. It's gonna make it sound like a kiss ass. But I would imagine that for years. It's like, dude, they're gonna have a fucking good payoff. It's like, because they always have great matches, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. But then in 2016, 2017, that's all they will book, because like, oh, but like, we got good money between these two. And I'm like, oh, okay, now it's kind of just like over saturated with Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn matches, to where I'm like, they need a little break from this. I'm still hoping for that big match, because they're still some of my favorite wrestlers, but it's criminal that Kevin Owens hasn't had a championship in such a long time. Well, not I take that back. He was just champion like a year ago, but that's crazy. Like, over a year that he's held the belt. That's criminal.
Who are the tag champions right now? I don't even remember.
Uh, yes. No, the no, the Miz and R Truth just,
Oh,
Judgment Day. Judgment Day got it back.
oh yeah, yeah. You're right. Yeah,
And
I was
then
like,
this past Friday, DIY just beat Austin Theory and Grayson Waller in a match in the main event of SmackDown, which honestly, it was a pretty good fucking match. I just love DIY too. Like, they put on great fucking matches when they work together.
I was thinking they give them the belts, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, but yeah, that's fine. Where they're at, the belts.
Yeah.
Okay.
Nah, man, it's good with where they're at, man. I'm excited for this new thing that they're trying to do, like with the belts. I fuck with it. I'm just glad they finally split up the tag belts.
No, yeah, for sure. I'd say this match was like a 7, like kind of like
Mm-hmm.
the last match, a 7 or an 8.
I'm sorry, I was drinking water.
No, you're
I,
good.
I agree as well. It's a solid 7.
No, definitely. Next year, Trish Stratus came out and she looked fine as fuck, but it was
Oh
weird because
man.
she just came out to introduce John Cena, and then John Cena comes out and does his whole I'm about to retire, and everyone is like boo boo, sad, and he announces essentially a retirement tour. And when I saw him, I thought, okay, this is fake. Like I thought it was like that Mark Henry sort of Mark Henry
Ooh, the
retirement
salmon
fake.
suit.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Like
man.
I thought this was gonna be a swerve, and we were gonna either see like a promotion for Homelander, Peacemaker, MK1, or we were gonna see him come out and fight Solo Sikoa later on that night because of what
Hmm.
he did to him that other WrestleMania or whatever. But yeah, what did you think of this little segment here? I'll say not until later on, when we get more of the facts, because he says he's going to answer a lot of questions at the after press event. But
Hmm.
what did you feel at this moment? Because you're the John Cena fan. You grew up watching wrestling more at this section than I did. I fell off at this part.
Chain
So how
gang.
how did you feel seeing this small part where he explains this and nothing else for the moment?
I fucking teared up. Legit, I fucking teared up. He comes out and then he holds the the towel's like for the last time is now, and I'm like, what the
Lady.
fuck? I'm like, this motherfucker better not. And I'm thinking, oh, you know what? He probably is gonna do it, like retire or something. Like I just felt something, but I was like, why is he doing that? It's like farewell tour or whatever. And then he's like, oh, why am I out here? He's all, I'm officially retiring. As of today, I'm officially retiring from the WWE. And I was like, fuck, man. And I'm just devastated on my couch, man. I'm just sitting here, like with my head in my hands, like, oh my god. And then he proceeds to give a speech, and I don't know if he heard like when his voice cracked because he's like choking up a little bit
I
when
can
his
see it. Yeah.
now his voice cracked, and usually I fucking laugh my ass off at voice cracks because they sound funny. But when he did his, dude, I fucking my eyes just welted up with tears, and I'm like, oh my god, because like that's my childhood right there, Like I've been a wrestling fan for like my whole life, but Cena was like the main part of it. Like showed up in 2002, and those were like all my vivid memories and nothing but like Cena, 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 Cena. And I grew up to like just hate John Cena, and then it got toward the end where I'm like, damn, I really do appreciate John Cena. Like he just became like just such a better wrestler. Like as the time came along, and I'm just shocked that it's eye opening that I'm just like, dang, I'm getting older. It's like John Cena is retiring, and like Batista already retired, and that kind of hurt. But with Cena, it's like I felt like I was more of a Cena fan when I was younger than Batista or Randy Orton. So when Randy Orton retires, like I feel like that's gonna be it.
Oh yeah,
Like
yeah. I
it's
feel
gonna
that.
it's gonna be like this whole new generation that the torch is being passed on to. That's my feelings about it. And then I know later on we'll talk about the press conference, like how what he has said and shit like that.
Yeah. What he
But
clarified.
yeah, yeah. So I was thinking, well, I know during the speech he said at first he said the Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania was going to be his last. So I'm there saying, oh fuck, he's only gonna have 3 more matches. Son of a fucking bitch. But we'll talk about it later, like when we come to like the post show and stuff like that. But those are my emotions towards it, my reactions. Man, I don't think I'm ready, man. I don't think I'm gonna be ready. I'm gonna be married by 2025. I don't know, like start a family. I don't know. You just never honestly, you never know what's gonna happen, man.
Well, it had just tripped me out when he came out and he's like, "I'm announcing my retirement," and I was like, "Why in Toronto?" Because he's like the most American fucking dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Hmm.
why here? And then when he kind of, and again, we'll talk about it later, but when he a little bit clarified, like, "Oh, here's this like I'm gonna be at this event, Netflix," and it's like, oh, okay, never mind. He's just announcing that he's like that. I don't know. It's weird that he was announcing it now that he's gonna do like a retirement tour,
Hmm.
and it was just kind of a strange way to do it. But I was like, why Toronto? Why here? It was a weird spot to do it.
And he even said that he's like, oh, so why Toronto? But I felt like it wasn't necessarily a straight up answer
Yeah, yeah.
on like why he did it.
Uh huh.
Maybe it's just promotional purposes, like for future events.
And then it's weird that it was unannounced too. Like it was just a surprise. Like I don't think anyone thought John Cena was going to show up. At
Fuck no.
this event. It was very strange, but we'll continue on with the pay per view and then talk about that later on. Next here was Seth Rollins' son versus Damian Priest.
Damien the
Uh,
Priest,
the lesbian, the bisexual Undertaker. Uh,
bisexual Undertaker, Kuna.
bisexual son Undertaker. Yes, sir. What I put here for my notes. The crowd loves Seth Rollins, of course. His song, everybody loves singing it. Um, the decibel meter bullshit. I was like, why hasn't AEW done this? But they literally have like no crowd to to do a decibel meter type shit. Uh, what else did I put here? It doesn't get that loud. They name dropped the piss machine, Brock Lesnar, about cashing in Money in the Bank. I think, right?
They did?
Yeah, they were like, no one has cashed in their Money in the Bank successfully because they were talking about that. Oh, McIntyre might cash in. No one's done it except Brock Lesnar. I didn't say the piss machine, but they said they name dropped they name dropped Brock Lesnar on the commentary. So I was like, oh, cool. And then during the match they kept watching the entrance to make sure Drew McIntyre wouldn't show up. Um, what else did I put here? Priest kept spamming that special kick.
Oh,
that
the spin.
Yeah, I was like, dang, this fool's using his special move too much. Pretty good match. A bisexual choke slam, which I have an impression here of a bisexual choke slam. If you want to see it,
uh, oh,
and
that's good.
then,
Yeah.
and then he choke
It's called
slams him.
the choke me daddy slam.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Um,
oh, harder.
uh,
What?
I
Oh,
mean,
Cotino.
ow, ooh, that hurt. Seth Rollins got Razor's Edge, but then kicked out of it. I thought that was bullshit. Um,
Oh man, yeah. I hate that the Razor's Edge is getting turned not to a regular move, but maybe like a signature move. I'm
yeah,
like,
but
man, dude, that should be a finisher because that move is so sick.
I'm telling you, it was as long as Razor Ramon and even Scott Hall when they were doing it, it was a protected move. It was
Mm-hmm.
like end of days,
Yeah.
and and then they fucked up. I think the referee fucked up that the music was supposed to interrupt him when he was about to count to three,
Uh
and
huh.
he stopped, and what's his name was still covered. I think McIntyre's music was supposed to interrupt him to stop him from counting. The match became a triple threat. CM Punk screws McIntyre. Damian Priest. Uh, what did I? Oh, Damian Priest wins. Pretty cool finish. Pins McIntyre. And then I put, can Seth Rollins still challenge because he didn't technically lose? And everyone's mad at CM Punk. That's those are my notes.
My main get away from this gates away. My main get away from this was the botched pin,
Yeah.
mainly because my thought was because I remember like now that you mentioned it. Well, first my thought was Damian Priest was supposed to kick out of the pin, but I felt like maybe he got knocked a little bit loopy and just
Uh huh.
lost track of the pins, and that's why the ref like kind of had to stop. But I remember now that you mention it, I remember when they were going for the pin, like the lights had changed.
Uh huh.
Did you recall that? Like the lights had changed to the arena.
I might have what's it called? Subliminally
Uh
saw that
huh.
because immediately I thought, okay, the music, like, because the ref stopped and kind of looked a little, but he was supposed to look, but nothing came up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
he fucked up or the music fucked up because I think the music was supposed to interrupt him.
Now that you mention it, I was thinking that too because the lights, like when they were counting, like the one, you just see them
Uh
like
huh.
point toward like the entrance, like
Uh huh.
something was supposed to happen,
Uh huh.
but it was either that or I think Damien got a little bit loopy because that match was great. Like
Yeah,
Damien and Seth worked very very well together.
it's a good match.
And the thing is, too, it's like a lot of people have been shitting on Damian Priest, but I'm like, dude, it's not why. It's like he's having good fucking matches. He's having good matches, and I feel like it's getting to a point where I feel like he's getting really tired of like the interference because he wants to be taken as like a serious champion.
Yeah, I
Because
get that.
I legit thought Finn Balor was going to come out. Something's going to happen between him and Finn Balor.
Hmm.
I know something like that's gonna happen, and the Judgment Day is gonna fucking implode. But um, man, I hate what they did with the briefcase during this match. I hate it. I hate it. I hate it. Because when Drew won at the beginning of the night, I knew he was going to fucking cash in. And I still love, I mean, obviously, you're right. I still love CM Punk. But it's like, I still see that happening. I still saw it happening that he was going to come in and interfere in the match. There was going to be some, obviously, two interferences. Drew cashes in, and then CM Punk comes out.
Hmm.
But my thing is, man, it should that briefcase should have been given to Chad Gable or LA
Yeah.
Knight. Those are my two guys to win the match.
Hmm.
But it's like it got wasted on this already hot feud that's already hot enough because you had like CM Punk, I felt like he already did enough by causing Drew the championship in his home fucking country. I feel like that should have been a big enough deal. Like this feud is still hot, but just to if they were trying to use the briefcase to elevate it, I feel like it wasted it. Like that briefcase should have been used to make a new star, and it should have been LA Knight or Chad Gable could have cashed in on Sami Zayn, and then that would have been fucking big as well. But I mean, I guess it is what it is. But those were like my main gripes about it. But on the positive side, it does further Drew and Punk's feud. Like when Punk does come back, um, it does question Damian Priest as far as like, fuck, he's just gonna get more mad because there was still interference in this match, even though he didn't want interference in this match. But like CM Punk fucked it up, and then Seth Rollins got fucked because the match was supposed to be how he said the stipulation. If he lost, he would never champion. He would never champion. He would never challenge for the championship again as long as Priest is still the champion. And
See,
so
but I
now,
thought
oh, go
I
ahead.
thought if he lost, like I thought if
Technically, he
he,
did.
yeah, but technically he didn't too. You know what I mean? So that's why I was like that. And then like you're saying too, which is a cool dynamic. Everybody's hating on Punk because Seth
Mm-hmm.
Rollins is like, fuck you, now I can't challenge for it technically. Damian Priest is like, fuck you. Am I a real champion? And McIntyre just hates Punk for all the other reasons. But yeah, you're
Mm-hmm.
right, absolutely right about that. It builds up hatred between all of them and Punk.
It does, and I feel like eventually this is going to lead up. I feel like the feud between McIntyre and Punk is going to end with McIntyre being on top because Rollins is going to come in and fuck something up, and then that's going to lead to their feud, maybe leading into WrestleMania that we were supposed to get this past year, but hence the injuries that happened for this past WrestleMania and shit like that. Like a lot of shit fucking fell through.
Hmm.
Um, that's I mean, overall the match was good until like that botch. Again, I could give it like a 7, 7.5.
Yeah, yeah. That botch really. I was like, oh, but no one really was like, you fucked up, you fucked up. It wasn't anything like that. Everyone still loved the
Mm-hmm.
match, and you're right. Like Damian Priest, I think the belt is good on him, and the way he's presenting it, it is trying to make him like a better person. And you have made men like McIntyre, Punk, and Seth Rollins who could just come out to their theme song, and everyone
Mm-hmm.
will pretty much love them. And Damian Priest is like the working man's champion right now, having to prove himself. So no, you're right on that. That I think the belt's in the right spot, but
Mm-hmm.
they could have used the money in the bank for Gable uh, or for LA Knight. I really wish they would use it for Gable.
Yeah, and then you know how Gunther is already guaranteed a championship shot at SummerSlam. That if Gable won, he could use that to cash in, win the championship. Maybe, I don't know. but for him to get his chance at, for dethroning Gunther that he was supposed to do a long time ago. Either
Yeah.
way, I felt like it would have worked, but I felt like I would have gone with the latter because Drew just cashing it in so early fucking wasted it. And
Yeah.
it's I want them to hold on to the briefcase and then cash it in at a surprising time. Like I love when they fucking do that shit.
I mean, it was still good, but yeah, you're right about all those things, and I agree with the wrong person won it. I feel that he didn't need to win it. Not that he wouldn't have used it maybe better some point, but I think someone else could have utilized it a lot better.
Nah, I 100% agree.
Yeah. Next here on the match, we have the women's Money in the Bank, and yeah, there's the spoiler here. Tiffy Time won it, but
Tiffy time. It's Tiffy time.
what I have notes here, women's Money in the Bank. So it was Naomi, Zoe Starks, Lyra Valkyria, Tiffany Stratton, Chelsea Green, Io Sky. I wrote here Tiffany Stratton's so fucking hot. Uh, I wrote it in my notes here. They're actually using tables, which I was surprised because they didn't use any in the men's at all. The crowd really loves Chelsea Green. I don't know if she's
Yes.
from Canada or if they just really love her, but the crowd is like super hyped for her.
Let me see. Go ahead and continue with your notes. I'll find out she's from there.
The last thing I have here, I really didn't write much for the last two matches. Chelsea Green took that table spot like a champ because that shit was scary, but she landed like perfect for it. And
She
then,
like she like
yeah,
covered her
yeah,
head real fast.
landed perfectly. You could tell they built the tables. They knew exactly how, like they practiced it or at least knew. And then
Mm-hmm.
Tiffany Stratton, after she won, is still so fucking hot. That's what I wrote here. That's literally all I have for notes. What about you?
um, Tiffany Stratton. Chelsea Green. She is from Victoria, Canada.
Oh, okay, so yeah, they do have a hometown sort of a baby face for her. Yeah, the crowd was hyped for her when she went up to almost get the fucking Money in the Bank. Everyone was like screaming.
Even at the beginning of the match, where she was just like jumping to like reach for the briefcase, and like Arrow was just like yeah, yeah, like
Yeah.
all fucking crazy and shit. Let me see if I can try to remember it. Cause I didn't take notes. I was just like ooh ooh ooh. At the beginning of the match, I was very worried because there was like a lot of slop at the beginning. Well, not like a lot of. I don't want to say botches, but I don't know if you remember, but Valkyria tried to go for like a swinging like DDT, but she slipped on the top rope, and then Io was like holding on to her
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
got
I
it back
remember
up,
that.
and then finished the DDT, which I mean still looks good. And
Yeah.
then Corey Graves tried to cover it. He's like, oh, in the wrestling world, we call that sandbagging, where you try to make yourself heavy to not. I'm like, okay, they covered it up well. Zoe Stark, dude. Do you remember she went for like that springboard move when Valkyria was laying down on the ladder, but she was like kind of close to the ropes,
I don't remember that.
and so she did like this springboard thing where she hops on the top rope, but like with her knees, and then spins, and then she does like a flip to kind of throw her body on top of the wrestler.
Mhm.
She does it, but she misses like almost completely, and she clips the back of her head on the
Oh,
ladder.
I do remember that. I do remember
Dude,
that.
I
The
was
ladder
like,
was on
oh
the
my,
floor, right?
yeah, I was like, oh my god, and she was holding her head like this. I'm
Yeah.
like, dude,
I do remember that.
I was
She
like, I
missed
hope she's
she
not
missed.
busted open.
Yeah, there was a lot of that. Like you're right, where they hit the ladders like real awkwardly. Like they would hit the ladders with their elbows or the
Oh
back of
yeah,
their head.
Valkyria hit her arm with her on the ladder with the
Yeah,
elbow. And I remember she just got like that. I was like, fuck, dude, I hope she's okay.
yeah, that shit could like easily dislocate something. I don't know, but it looks
And then
painful.
I know Valkyria did like the fisherman suplex onto the ladder. I forgot who it was to. I think it was to Io. And then Io took a lot of bumps, but even Valkyria too. Like she was getting a lot of shit where He kind of looked gnarly. I don't remember when Io was climbing the ladder. Valkyria was upside down. She fucking sat up, grabbed Io, and fucking suplexed her down from the ladder. Do you remember that?
Yeah, I think so.
That was fucking awesome. And then they had the ladder set up, and then Io Sky fucking killed Zoe Stark, which legit, I thought she was supposed to do like a Serena Del Sol where she flips like
Uh-huh.
backwards, but you just see her carry her, and I'm like, is she gonna like power slam her? And then she just like drops down, like it looked like a power driver,
Uh-huh.
and I was like, oh my god.
And then EO Sky sell it all rowdy too, like she was
Yeah,
all
like she was
fucking
like
hurt.
fucking folded in half. I thought she
Yeah.
was at first I thought she was laughing and then she just rolls out. I'm like, oh dude. I was like, fuck, I hope she's not. My whole time this is happening, I'm thinking, God dang it. I hope nobody's like seriously hurt. And then Chelsea Green climbs up and she's about to grab the briefcase. I'm like, oh cool, she's gonna win, like one of my picks. And then Tiffany Stratton comes up. I'm just like, fuck yeah. And then she pushes her off the ladder. Man, shout out to Chelsea Green. Like, because I think she's done that like multiple times where she's fallen off like the top of the ladder, like through
Uh-huh.
tables. And that looked like the safest that she could do it, but it still looks so fucking gnarly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was pretty extreme, but she took it like a champ, and it she landed like super safely.
Yeah, man. And I don't know if I sent it to you, but someone took a picture of like Chelsea falling like midair and
I didn't see that.
Tiffany Stratton's just like at the top of the ladder, like just like oopsie, like just like pushed her off like that. Dude, it was a good photo. I want to see if I sent it to you. I think I sent it to you on Twitter. Um, and yeah, Tiffany Stratton she's still really fucking hot. And I was just like yelling at my TV, yes, Tiffany time, baby, let's go.
Let me see if I got that picture.
Oh yes, it's the very last thing I sent you.
Let's
It's the
see.
very last thing. But overall, man, I
Oh
was
yeah.
very scared because I thought someone was gonna get fucking hurt. Look at that, man. What a fucking shot. And then Stratton's over there just like with their hands out, just like, oopsie.
Yeah.
Sorry. Girl, bye.
No, that's she fucking landed perfectly on that shit.
I know, dude. What a fucking shot. Like my thoughts about the match was I felt a little bit sloppy at the end, but it kind of went well as far as like a car crash. But it's like a good I mean that in the most positive way as I can because this match was fucking great.
Yeah. No, I'd say this one was match of the night, I think, to me.
No, I 100% agree with you. I think I gave it like a 9 because I was
Hmm.
just like, man, I was happy with the outcome. Everyone kicked ass. Valkyria looked like she's gonna fit in well on the roster. Zoe Stark took a fucking beating, and Tiffany Stratton. I'm just waiting for her to be the champion already, man. I'm
I'm
waiting for
tripping
it.
out. I'm tripping out because typically these matches, because it was the fourth match, it was right before the main event, and typically the women's Money in the Bank or any kind of women's match are the bathroom breaks, and the crowd like was still there. The crowd was into it,
Dude,
and
yeah, I was thinking the same thing too, but when the match started, it's like I had to pee, but I'm like, dude, I don't want to miss anything, Like I'm all in for this, man, and I'm glad it's changing, Like
yeah, me too. I
it's
was.
changing for the better. Whereas like AEW, the whole pay per view could be a bathroom break.
Well, no, if you want to watch that whole shit, you gotta fucking watch it in the bathroom because you're
You,
fucking 17 matches deep and shit.
you got to take what are they called? The metal toilets that they use in hospitals, the bedpans.
Yeah, you got to get a catheter put into you so you could.
Oh no! Oh, that's where I draw the line.
An AEW have Samoa Joe, some Moxley, Orange Cassidy catheter.
It's
Is
got
it
sunglasses at the end of it.
Mercedes Mone branded catheter?
Oh my god! But what would you rate this match like out of 10?
Yeah, I'd probably be with you on there, like a 9. I'm not gonna say it's perfect because there was a lot of uh like you said, botches, not even botches, just a lot of whatever at the beginning, but it got really good, and I think the right person won, or at least the hot. I would say not even the hottest person because Chelsea Green's kind of hot too, but yeah, I think the hottest person won, and hot in terms of who should win, and hot in terms of how hot she actually is.
Hmm.
Yeah.
The only thing stopping me from giving it a 10 that it was in the Nova Scotia arena and not in the Tokyo Dome. That's my only thing about it.
Dude, I think it would have been a 10 if Chelsea Green had won and her crowd would have popped for her like so rowdy, you know what I
Uh
mean?
huh.
I think I would have
Yeah.
given it a 10.
Yeah. But still, it's like I'm perfectly fine with the winner.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
hope she gets to
No.
like customize it to like match her character and everything like that. So
Well, they're
I
going to have to
mean,
put breasts right on the side of the thing. Dude, her boobs. I'm like, how do you wrestle without them popping out of what you're wearing? I'm tripping
I
out.
think she said she was gonna get it all pink and like put a strap on it to carry it like a purse. I'm just
Nice.
like, damn, bro.
She gonna
I
put
should
a
do the same
strap
thing.
on. She gonna put a
Ew,
strap on
ew,
it.
Lorenzo, Lorenzo, hey man, hey, stop.
Hey,
It's
that's
me.
no, I'm Tomatonga.
Like a feral
Because
dog.
we're getting ready for the last main event, which
Oh, good transition. Sick
to
'em, sick 'em.
to the main event, which was the bloodline match. I don't know what the fuck. Uh, do I have it here? Like,
I think you skipped it.
did I? You know what?
Yeah.
That's pretty much how it was for me. I'm gonna be honest with you. I didn't like my notes here, right? Bloodline match. I was hoping John Cena would come out the whole time, but he didn't. That's all I literally have for the notes because this match, I don't know. This match is your typical, even like a Roman Reigns type thing where oh, Cody Rhodes versus Roman Reigns. All the bloodline comes in and interrupts, and that's it. And they win the match. Like it's that same Samoan formula that we've seen over and over again. And I don't know. I just kind of find it boring. It was just, it was different because of course there were tag teams, but the only thing I think that could have saved this match for me was if you know how you had that fourth bloodline member out there and he was interrupting when he did that botched low blow. But if John Cena would have come out and tried to help, I think that would have saved the match for me, but it didn't. That's my opinion.
I don't think the match was bad, but it wasn't great.
Yeah.
Like you said, it probably would have done better. Let me ask you this: do you think it would have done better if this match was before the women's match, and then Damian Priest and Rollins was the main event?
I don't think
Like
so.
you knowing like the outcome, like how Drew came out and then Punk came out, and then if he fucked up everything for everybody.
I don't think so. I think with the bloodline ending it and they're showing them like walking back up the entrance and then oh yeah, the bloodline, they're the biggest, the scariest, blah blah blah, the threat that you got to deal with. We'll see you all at the press conference or whatever. Like I feel like you couldn't have not ended with them, especially the way they're building the bloodline as like the scariest group and strongest that there is right now, to
Mm-hmm.
me, you know.
It's like I don't think it's really the group that's scary. The one that's really scary is Jacob Fatu, man. He's the one I gotta worry about. I mean,
Oh, that's
but
just me.
it's, I mean, it just sucks because you never know what you're gonna get until like the match actually happens. Because
Mhm.
if I would have known the matches like were that great, I would have put the women's ladders match last, like knowing
You,
like the outcome.
yeah, no, I don't think anyone knew the women's ladder match would be that good. I
Exactly.
mean, I don't even know if it is that good to the public because it was just yesterday and we haven't seen really any like reviews. I haven't, but um even this doesn't show like grades on it, but I feel like the women's both of us agree that the women's was like the highlight of the pay per view. The
Hmm.
women's Money in the Bank.
Yeah, a lot of fans on Twitter, they were really praising the match.
Hmm.
They were happy with the winner, like majority of them, because you get like one or two that are bots.
Yeah, yeah.
But man, I don't know how I feel about Solo being like the main event of SummerSlam because I know that's what's gonna happen. I know, I just know that's what's gonna happen. I was telling one of my friend Joe about it that I know eventually it's gonna lead to like a civil war thing between the bloodline and the new bloodline when Roman Reigns does come back.
Hmm.
But it just sucks like that this big storyline you're using Cody as like the middle way to advance in that storyline when it's like Cody should be like the main thing because he's the fucking main champion. And Solo, I don't really see him as like such a big threat either.
Mm-mm.
I don't know. It's not like his shape or anything, but I just find him kind of boring. And it's like, because like, dude, you got like Jacob Fatu and then you got Tamatonga. Like, they both look badass in great shape. I mean, Solo's in probably way better shape than I am, obviously. But I know he got like a little belly. Like, he just looks like a high schooler, dude. Like,
Yeah,
he looks like
yeah.
he could. He lets his hair grow out a little bit. He might be an Edgar.
he's
And
a good muscle lackey like the other dudes, but he's not that guy who should wear the suit and be the main eventer. He's more like the savage fucking,
like enforcer.
yeah, like a muscle enforcer lackey, you
Hmm.
know. He was doing
I
good as that.
Yeah, and I don't think I know this is leading to Solo versus Cody at SummerSlam. And what sucks is that I feel like that's gonna main event, but I feel like some loopy shit is gonna happen in that match, and then Roman's gonna come back and cost Solo that match. That's exactly how I feel that's gonna go on with that match. And I feel like I can see it from a mile away. I don't want to say that, but I do want to be proven wrong. But I don't want Solo to win the championship. I don't think he's gonna win the championship. Uh, but I mean, we'll just have to wait and see, like when the time comes.
No, yeah,
But
well, I don't know. I didn't find this match really any entertaining at all. I don't know. Like I said, especially after the women's match, as hard as it went, I don't know. I didn't, and who knows? Maybe they'll get pissed at the women for doing so. When it's like, oh, you fucking women screwed us over. You made yourselves look all good and made our match look all whatever. But
I feel like that won't happen in today's age. Cause I feel like
yeah,
everyone's
yeah,
just more supportive. At that point, it's just a skill issue.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's just a Samoan issue at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But that was my opinion. I was just waiting for John Cena to come out and interrupt. It's like he was there. Why not have him come out and hit Solo or interrupt? I mean, they could have still lost. They could have still, like John Cena could have got taken a bump or whatever, and they still could have did the finish the way they did, but I think John Cena would have been a big pop because of the last match he had with Solo. It's like,
Hmm.
oh man, yeah, he just came in F5'd him, but the other dude low blowed him and he got like knocked out of the ring for that. I don't know. Utilize him. He's there.
The one thing that upsets me too is like you had that match between Solo and John Cena at what Crown Jewel, like a while ago, where Solo pretty much squashed Cena.
Hmm.
But like at the time, Solo won. I felt like I should have fucking elevated the guy because after that, like Solo just kept losing matches and like taking the pinfall and stuff like that.
Hmm.
But now you just want to take him seriously.
Yeah.
If he was consistently winning and then Roman left and he took over the bloodline, the new bloodline, I would take it more seriously. I understand what they're trying to do, saying like, oh, like it's been in the works for like such a long time, because him picking up like the lei and realizing it's not food, he can't eat it, so he's just like, oh, you put this around your neck, and so he puts it on. You're like, oh, he knows what he's doing. I just don't. I it would have been more intimidating if he was able to have the persona he has today, but start way when he beat John Cena over a year ago.
Hmm.
Because why is it now that you're gonna have him be like a big shit thing where it kind of just makes him look a little bit goofy? I mean, now you got your enforcers and shit like that, but it just sucks because now it's probably gonna be like the Roman Reigns route where you try to win the championship, but then it's gonna be a bunch of shenanigans that happen in the matches because of the bloodline. It's like, dude, like Solo fucked up a lot of shit, like when Roman was champion, and man, I can tell you, I was getting real tired of that shit.
Yeah, it was just repetitive, annoying, and it was just I don't know. It was getting annoying.
hmm It's like I don't know, maybe they'll do something where I don't want them to put all the belts on the bloodline
But
because
like
that's what they did last time. But I don't know, maybe they might do it again.
I don't know. Only time will tell. But I think the grade on that deserves like a B for Money in the Bank. I think it was a good pay per view overall. It was nice, short and sweet. It wasn't a 14, 15 matches long. And yeah, no, it was a nice little PLE to watch.
I agree with you. It ended at 9:30 for us, which was nice.
Yeah, it was nice. It was a
I
nice
still,
relax.
I know I did not feel tired. I felt rejuvenated, but so far I feel like this is one of the weaker ones, just because of like you know it's leading to the what if scenarios or like fuck this might happen scenarios that we don't want to happen, and it just kind of took effect on like what could have been. And a big example is like what would have happened if Chad Gable won? What would have happened if LA Knight won? What would have happened if that 6-man tag was a street fight? An added stipulation. If it would have been a different outcome, and unfortunately, it is what it is. But I mean, I'm not gonna let that take it away from that. This was a pretty decent show, but it wasn't the best one out of the new like Renaissance era that they're trying to name it.
That's true. But the crowd was still pretty hyped for it, so I
Mm-hmm.
think it was pretty uh accomplishing, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, sold out crowd. Sold out.
So, ooh,
But speaking of it is what it is, and I know this was something that this picture this was something that hit you hard, but John Cena announces his retirement from the WWE. And when he first came out, we weren't really sure what he meant by that, and then he sort of clarified. um Here, when he was talking, he clarified this is actually the beginning of a retirement tour. He'll be doing Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania. And then when they finally did get to ask him questions in the after press conference, um the press event, Cena will not be retiring at WrestleMania 41. Cena wants to do 30 to 40 dates in 2025. Cena will retire the jorts following his retirement.
wait.
Subsequent TV appearances will be in a suit and tie. Cena is open to going for world title 17. Cena hints at entering the Rumble to get to 17. So yeah, what do you think of that? There's a picture of you, I guess, watching.
A picture of me. Hey, they got me balding too. Look at that, baby. Look, hey. Oh man, that breaks my heart. That makes me so sad. I'm not rubbing my eyes because I'm crying. I'm just tearing up because I'm sad.
Yeah, yeah. No, see, and this is what we want to talk about because I know, like from earlier, we were talking that you were more watching the era when John Cena was coming up. I wasn't. I don't really have a connection to John Cena like that. So what do you think of this retirement tour that he's
Oh
doing?
man, it feels like it's not real. I feel like if someone just passed away. Like Cena was part of my childhood. I was part of the C Nation. You know, when he first started rapping to the Chain Gang, C Nation. I got one of my best friends into wrestling, and he became a big John Cena fan as well. One of my best friends. And man, I just never thought we would get to the time where Cena was actually going to announce his retirement. Where he's just like, you know what, that's it. The only thing that does make me happy is that he's not retiring because of an injury. He's retiring like on his own terms.
That is nice.
Um, the one thing I was thinking like, oh fuck, he's only going to wrestle 3 times in 2025, and it's going to end at WrestleMania. But now like 30 or 40 dates in 2025, like it's kind of a lot. And
Yeah.
but that's like what I feel like that's going to be like mainly like TV tapings because they got their house shows, whatever the PLEs. All I know is that ticket prices are either going to rise or they're going to sell out really fucking fast because John Cena's retiring. Like business wise, I feel like this is a smart move. Um, it's times are changing, and I'm just glad it's Cena going on his own accord, and not because he has to, or not because he has to, but just more like he is being optimistic for the future. He does want to see the success of the WWE. He does seem grateful about everything. He seems excited about the Netflix deal, just like
Hmm.
everyone else. And it's also kind of cool. He says like he's just in the back like watching the TV and he's still like reacting to like everything that's happening on the TV. And like so you can tell he's still invested. Let me ask you this: do you think he's actually going to go for number 17?
I don't think so. I don't think he needs to win a title to fucking obviously he doesn't need to win a title to do anything. Um I don't think so. If they do put a title on him, I think that's a waste.
Mm-hmm.
And then if he drops it, it's just gonna like make people sad if they do put a title on him. So I don't know. I don't think he's gonna go for a title 17 unless is that a record breaking if he were to go for a 17th title? Oh, really? He'll break like Ric
Yes.
Flair's record or something?
And that was the thing too. I was telling Giselle, I was like, if Cena wins number 17, that's gonna break Richard's heart because Richard fucking loves Ric Flair.
He has a tiny heart too, Richard. He's got like the Grinch's heart where it's just real small.
Yeah, it only gets bigger and bigger, like 3 times the size. Or I think that's his dick size when Ric Flair comes on the screen. It gets 3 times bigger, right? Richard, if you could confirm in the comments if it's your heart or your dick size that gets bigger when Ric Flair comes out, leave a like, a comment, and subscribe, and
Yeah,
all that other
we're
stuff.
real split. We're real split on that. Which one actually gets bigger when Ric Flair shows up on screen?
I mean, but like me being it's like maybe it's just me being selfish, but I wouldn't mind Cena winning the Rumble to get that championship match. But man, I don't want to see him win the Rumble to get that championship match. Maybe he just wins the pay per view, or maybe what do they do the shit? It's like he loses the belt, or I'm sorry, he wins the belt like toward the end of his retirement, and then he drops it because of his retirement, and so they do like a tournament to determine the new champion. Like,
Well,
would you be
yeah,
okay with that, or would you
well,
still be like,
because he
oh,
would
go
have
ahead?
to beat Cody Rhodes, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's the champion, unless he goes for the other belt, which is a championship too, right? Like, would that count? The other belt, the Damian Priest one?
I would say yes because Cena has been world heavyweight champion, and they count that toward his
Yeah.
list of accolades.
So I think he would go after the Damian Priest one, whoever he would end up wrestling. If he does win the Rumble, if he does, yeah, because Cody Rhodes was about to go after Seth Rollins, right? He was like, I want to face you, but not at WrestleMania. I'm gonna face Seth Rollins instead or whatever.
Yeah.
So I could see Cena, going after the other belt instead if he does win the Rumble. And then the fact that they're announcing it so soon, I could see it being a year of Cena, the year of John Cena, where it's just him doing all John Cena things and everyone's like happy about it. And Cody Rhodes could still be the defending champ in this own like other pocket area of whatever channel he's on. Is he on SmackDown or Raw? Because Raw is going to be on Netflix.
Who? Cody Rhodes?
Hmm.
Cody Rhodes is on SmackDown.
Okay, well then they could have him on Raw, and he could be on the Netflix area while Cody Rhodes gives people something to watch on the SmackDown side.
Hmm.
So it gives even more incentive to people to subscribe to Netflix because they want to see a bigger star or just as big a star as Cody Rhodes, which
Hmm.
is John
Hmm.
Cena, especially a babyface.
I feel like Cena might win number 17.
I could
I
see
just
it.
don't know how, but I don't think he needs like the Royal Rumble to do it. Maybe just he becomes like number one contender because during the press conference he does seem to have an understanding like like to be number one contender you need to beat a lot of guys and there's like a long list of new guys that you have to beat because like man you got to beat Gunther, Drew McIntyre, then there's Rollins, CM Punk, Damian Priest, like a whole new list of guys that are just are like top tier of people you got to beat before
Hmm.
you can get like a championship shot. I
But I
mean
think
he has like 40 matches to do it, 30, 40.
I say he could do it too, and every match he could shake their hand, and everyone would be fine with it if they he beat them and shook their hand with respect, and everyone's
Mm-hmm.
like, yeah, it puts everybody over. You know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah. What was it? I think I got the same notes as is like right here that his retirement tour. He mentioned Royal Rumble, Elimination Chamber, and WrestleMania. Tour goes through all of 2025, and so far he has about 30 matches. He would like to do more. Fucking props to him.
No,
Uh,
it's gonna be an interesting year, 2025 with John Cena and Netflix. I think that
it
starts.
is.
I wonder when that starts in January. I guess.
I think the very first Monday of January.
Yeah, it's crazy. I wonder how that's gonna be. Because I don't even know if Netflix has live. Oh no, they do because they had that roast of Tom Brady live. So
Oh,
we'll see how the live aspect of that goes.
and I feel like too, it's going to be regular DVR. The episodes are going to be on Netflix,
Hmm.
so I don't have to just watch the highlights. I can get on Netflix and just watch the episode right there.
Yeah, definitely.
So it's good, super convenient.
But people can still watch it live if they're just at home fucking chilling with
Yeah, yeah.
else.
Bunch of options, man. It's crazy. The future's now.
Going into the past from the future, no, I don't know.
Nice.
Uh the WrestleMania XL behind the curtain uh showed, and I'm not gonna show any of it because it'll flag us. But did you watch it?
I did. I took some notes actually.
So I didn't take any notes. I did watch it. The only note that I really have for this is I remember you saying, "Oh, this was supposed to come out that same week or
The
the day
same, either the
after?"
same week or the week after.
And it took a year to actually come out. This documentary about behind the curtain, and I could understand why, because like this gave away a lot of stuff and went like really behind the curtain, as it said, to where it showed a lot of secrets. It showed a lot of everything about why it changed and why this, and I think it would have lessened the win that was Cody Rhodes and the whole story of finishing the story if this
Hmm.
showed like the week after, Like it would have peeled the onion back too far and made everything less mysterious. I mean, I know, it's kayfabe, whatever. People already know wrestling, whatever, might not be real or might be real. Who knows? But this would have given away too much, and I think it would have taken away that mystique that Cody Rhodes had from winning it if it aired that same week or the week after. What are your thoughts?
I agree. No,
All right,
and,
great.
all right. Next on the news.
All right, we're
Um,
we're done for today.
it's crazy how you got like these old time wrestlers, like like Mark Henry, or I don't know if Kevin Nash is one, but I think where they talk about like kayfabe, like trying to keep kayfabe alive. Where I'm just thinking, like, dude, like kayfabe's been fucking dead for many many years, and this documentary just proved it.
hmm
But what was it? The notes that I have here is that, so according to this documentary, that the plans were always going to be Rock versus Roman and Punk versus Rollins. But then I was like, if those were always the plans, like where does Cody Rhodes go into all of this? Like he was the one responsible for winning the Royal Rumble, obviously. Because from what I heard is that when he pointed at Roman at the Royal Rumble, like, "Oh, I'm coming after you," that Roman looked confused because supposedly that was never supposed to be the plan. And then obviously Paul Heyman looked confused. He's like, "Wait, oh, the camera's on you. Here, hold your belt." So like just ad libbing, like holding onto the belt. This documentary, I love how it was edited because it made it seem like The Rock was like the key mastermind behind the whole plan. I know there's like a bunch of memes going on about it, like like John Cena announces retirement and it shows The Rock. So I told Cena, "Amen. It's time for you to retire."
Everything's his master plan.
Uh huh. What amazes me too is like, I mean, I felt like AEW should fucking take notes too, because according to Triple H in this documentary was that WrestleMania plans were ahead by about 6 months. Because I think that was mentioned at the beginning of the documentary where Hunter said they had 80% of WrestleMania mapped out by October. And October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Yeah, about 6 months
Damn.
ahead. And I do believe that because I know, like, Maven, in Maven's video, when he talks about the Royal Rumble, he talks about, like, that road to WrestleMania, and they start planning for WrestleMania by, like, SummerSlam
They
for
have
the
to.
next
Yeah.
WrestleMania. Yeah. So I do believe that when he does say that. Um, man, I love this behind the scenes bullshit, man. It's crazy how they work this shit out. I think it's funny too because how I know we talked about it, but when The Rock was whipping Cody in the rain, like with the belt, and they're like, "Rock, like we stopped recording." He's like, "No, fuck that. He wants to be doing this," and like that shit was all planned out too. Like they're recording for the documentary, and it's kind of cool to see how much The Rock loves like Cody Rhodes too. Like everyone just has like this big like respect for each other, especially how you heard like Rollins and Rhodes don't really care for each other.
Uh-huh.
But like at the end, like they show them embracing, like they show them shaking hands like outside, but when they went backstage, like they gave each other a hug and just conversing like for a long time about everything that happened. That's always cool to see. Like maybe they still have like beef with each other, but they were able to make amends to do business.
hmm
Um, what's your? It's like I know people are already complaining about it because they said it, like ruins kayfabe, but I'm just like, dude, like this shit's just interesting to see. That's just been dead for a fucking long time, and the way they edited everything, it reminds me of, I don't know if you watched wrestling 10 years ago, but it reminds me of like the Daniel Bryan story where they tried to have him versus Sheamus, I believe, on
Yeah, but
WrestleMania 30.
but the crowd like wanted him so badly, he ended up having to do a triple threat and ended up winning the belt and all that.
Yeah, and this is kind of like the same thing, like
Mhm.
where they announced Rock versus Roman, and how everyone was just like Roman, Rock, Triple H are like, fuck yeah, like this is what we wanted, like this is gonna be it, like this match is gonna be huge, and then just for everyone to shit on it, and that was the same way with Daniel Bryan because he had a great match at the Royal Rumble with Bray Wyatt, match of the night, and he wasn't even part of the Royal Rumble match that evening. And then Batista wins it. So then they try to make it Batista versus Randy Orton, but like the crowd's so hot for Daniel Bryan that they have to find a way to make him like the underdog of the whole story, which they did, and it was done excellent. And I feel like this just gave me like flashbacks to 10 years ago, where it's like we want Cody, and then you got The Rock doing some of his best work that he's done in a fucking long time with the final boss bullshit. But not even
Mhm.
bullshit. It's like I just love the whole
No, it was good.
persona. Yeah, dude, it was so good. Like just fucking awesome storytelling, and it blows my mind that how it was set in stone for months. Punk and CM Punk ends up getting injured. I think it was CM Punk getting injured, right? That kind of debunked almost everything.
Yeah, because he was supposed to face
Rollins.
Rollins, right? Yeah.
Yeah, and then so not only that, I think that's when Rollins came in. It's like, oh, you don't want to go for Roman's, like you want to go for mine,
Hmm.
and like all of that was like such a mess. But then they were able to just fucking reel everything back in and end up making one of the best WrestleMania main events of all time.
Hmm.
Maybe.
Minus maybe Stone Cold not being there to stun the Rock.
Oh, dude, yes, that's my only gripe. But man, when it was you heard the gong, dude, I mean, my
Yeah,
nostalgia kicked in. I'm like, this is it. I'm all
yeah.
about this.
No, I was down with it. It was still cool. I still stand behind, and like I said, when you were like, "Hey, why didn't this come out a week or two after they said they were gonna do it?" And I still think, um, yeah, like you said, I love looking behind and the behind the scenes stuff like this, documentary wise, especially when it's shot so wonderfully and edited so well.
Hmm.
But I like when it's done a year later or 2 years later after the story's already been told, so that way it doesn't um ruin the gimmick or the magician's secrets right then and there, like that.
Hmm.
So I think this came out at the right time. Like it came out after the Rock has already been defeated and gone, so we can tell, like, okay, let's tell what happened behind the story, instead of it while it's going on. Let's tell them, oh yeah, this was never the plan, this is the plan. And now you're like, oh, I'm kind of uninvested now because
Hmm.
y'all told me how the sausage was made right as I'm eating my fucking hot dog or whatever, like wait till
Yeah.
after. But it was still good. And yeah, I like stuff like this too, like you said, with the behind the scenes.
Hmm. And it just showed like just how like all four guys, The Rock, Roman Reigns, Seth Rollins, and Cody Rhodes, just like all like how much they all kicked ass in the night one of Mania. Because like even though the crowd was cold, like the way they edited it made it seem like it was like such a spectacle. I mean, obviously because the Rock's there, right?
Mhm.
But the way they edited it made it seem like, man, dude, the Rock was getting his ass kicked in this match from what I was seeing, like taking Cody cutters, curb stomps, rock bottom through the fucking announce table, like just taking a lot of bumps, and surprisingly, him not getting injured. Like, thank God he didn't get injured. And also how tough Seth Rollins was because he had a torn MCL and a partially torn meniscus in his knee when he performed for WrestleMania, and he had to wrestle fucking twice with that shit. And then they show with
And
the
then
knee brace, he's like, "Oh yeah, like I'm good. Like I just gotta keep this brace on. It is what it is. Like I'll be fine." And then just for that shit to fuck up, like right at the end.
and then he's still wrestling. Like he might have gotten it repaired, but he's still wrestling. I thought he was gonna take a break. When we talked about him at the horse races with his wife or whatever.
Hmm.
And it's like, okay, they're probably gonna take a break because of the baby and the book, and he's injured and he just lost, and she wrote the book, whatever. But no, like she came back to wrestle. He's still wrestling. It's like, what the fuck? Like, take some time off, buddy.
Yeah, yeah, tough sons of bitches, man. So if you had to choose between the four, man, who would you say is the MVP out of WrestleMania 40? If you had to choose between the four,
Uh man, probably The Rock.
yeah, I don't want that to take away from anybody else because
Nah,
everyone did their part,
yeah.
and it's like the Rock, he was able to be this fucking asshole to where he finally got his up and comings at the end. I wanted him to lose, but he kept coming back, and then finally got his just desserts. Seth Rollins having to fucking do double duty with that injury that could fucked his leg up really bad. Cody Rhodes for being able to make do with what he had and finally get his moment to finish the story, pun intended. And Roman Reigns too. It's like I feel like once he took that pin after the 3 count, that submitted him as one of like top generational superstars of all time. Like I could probably say that where it's like, let alone it's like some stuff could have been like a little fishy, not fishy, but he had help in some of the matches, over the years. But fucking 1,300 days as champion, man, that is crazy. That still blows my fucking mind. And then
I'm
too,
still not I'm still not sold on Roman. I feel like he's the weakest of all these.
hmm
Uh just cuz he only wrestled so many times throughout that
hmm
whole reign, but you can't argue with the fact that when you team him up with The Rock, it's pretty badass.
yeah. And I do say it's The Rock too, because even though he was teamed with The Rock, I feel like The Rock like outshined him.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, but no, it was still a big fucking thing. I really hope they still do more documentaries like this. And I agree with you too that they should be released like years ahead of time, because if they would have released it a week later, just like you said, it kind of would have really ruined the finesse
Yeah.
of like the whole story.
Yeah, it's kind of like you have like the Avengers, right? It was such a big deal, and then when they released the Blu-ray like months or a year later, and it has the commentary and the behind the scenes, and you're like, okay, now I want to. Yeah, if I want to, I could choose, because some people might not even choose to watch this and still want
Hmm.
to just. I don't want to watch behind the curtain. I want to be held on to that reality that this or that. I don't want to see it behind the scenes. I'm not that kind of person. So it's a choice. And I think it would have been too soon, in
Yeah,
my opinion.
yeah, it was awesome. 10 out of 10 match of the
It was
night.
good. Yeah. When we're going into news here, we got just a few things in news, because we've already talked so long about everything else, but it was warranted. Britt Baker says she has had two herniated discs and an injured hip labrum. She also reveals that she had a transient ischemic attack and a warning sign for a stroke and spent several days in the hospital. Jesus Christ.
God, dude.
She's catching whatever Adam Cole has.
She has tapeworm too.
She has brainworm, tapeworm,
What is it?
lapworm. I don't know.
Transient ischemic attack.
Yeah.
Oh shit! It's like a brief stroke-like attack that, despite resolving within minutes to hours, still requires immediate medical attention to distinguish from an actual stroke. A transient ischemic attack may be a warning sign for a future stroke. Symptoms include weakness on one side of the body, vision problems, and slurred speech. These are transient and often resolve within 24 hours. Treatment includes medication, surgery, and a healthy lifestyle change.
Jesus.
That's fucking scary, dude. And
Yeah,
it's like
yeah.
she seems like super healthy and everything.
Hmm. Yeah, I've never. Of course, Adam Cole. I've seen him look weak as fuck, but her, I've never really seen her look weak, and I just worry if like, are they drinking the same water? Like, what's going on here?
I think she has like she uses the Berta filtered water that you fill up and it has the filter in it and everything. He's just drinking it like straight tap. It's all that fluoride that's in there.
he's, he's drinking from the hose outside.
And it makes it big and makes it big and strong, bud.
Yeah, it's iron. There's iron in
There's all the
here.
iron. It's like, no, you're iron deficient, Chugs. You need to drink some milk. You need to get rid of that tapeworm.
Oh my god.
But that's
But
kind of that's fucking scary, especially like two herniated discs, like in your fucking disc. I'm assuming that's your spine, right?
yeah, ooh, that could fucking be scary too, because they could not. It takes a lot of, what is it, rehab to
Mm-hmm.
get those back where they need to be.
I know that with Giselle, she's getting like tons, knock on wood. She's getting tons and tons better, like with her sciatica pain. But when she had it, the doctors were assuming that she had a herniated disc, like misaligned from her spine, and that with it being like pulled out from your alignment, it was probably
Hmm.
pushing up against the nerve that was causing that sharp pain to shoot down her leg.
Ugh.
But the thing with herniated discs is what I learned is that they heal over time naturally, so they will just go back into place over time.
Uh-huh.
I don't know how long that took, but um, I'm like, dude, that shit is fucking scary for it to like misalign. But you're like, oh, okay, my bad. Like just a slide back in.
Yeah, you're just like "Du-du-du-du-du-du," and then
Sciatica, tica.
"Du-du-du-du-du-du," you just you use the vibrations from the speaker.
My hip hurts, my
"Du-du-du-du-du."
hip hurts, my hip hurts, my hip hurts. Oh, it hurts.
Herniated disc, herniated disc.
Herniated, just get my back.
It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. Uh,
Oh man, I love you,
yeah,
baby.
a
Don't beat
lot,
my ass.
a lot of singing here. It's just musical comedy. Nothing wrong with
I'm
that.
gonna leave this in here, and then I want to know if she does anything to me in the future. Because if she does it, that tells me she doesn't watch these episodes.
It's a telltale sign when you're 2 hours and 6 minutes into a
I know.
podcast.
See if you're a true trooper, baby.
Next year on the news,
Oh
uh,
man,
Will
I'm crying.
Ospreay Will Ospreay feels that being autistic has allowed him to reach superhero level, super genius level of pro wrestling. I feel like it's excelled my abilities to the point where I do think I'm at superhero level, super genius level of pro wrestling now. I do feel like this has helped me out so much because it helped me dive into something that I genuinely love and I think about constantly, and I want everyone else to feel the same love that I feel. I do understand when people see someone and go, I've got that same thing as you do, and you're on this stage. So, like, I do get it. And, like, the goal is never going to be an electrician or a good one anyway. I've blown up about 4 or 5 kitchens, but like I was just obsessed and like I had like a fixation on wrestling. If anyone is struggling with that and is struggling to find their joy and their happiness because they feel like this is holding you back, don't let it hold you back. Look straight ahead at where you want to get, and then you'll find a way of getting there. So, what do you think about him being autistic?
I never knew he had autism.
I didn't know either. I mean, I didn't think people were asking that or saying that. Oh, he must have autism. Look at the way
Like
he wrestles.
I remember he had mentioned like he had some deficit in like some area. I forgot what this was. I don't think it was dyslexic. I don't know what part of
I think he said
autism he does have.
dyslexic, like that he couldn't read his contract or something.
Oh yes, I think you're right. Let me see.
I think he
Well,
was saying dyslexic.
I don't even know how to spell his fucking name. Osprey autism. Um, An interview with a very Metro opens up about his life as an autistic wrestler. Oh, it's just the same shit that we just read. Um, Will Ospreay disability? That's fucking stupid. Um, I mean that's cool. Where like I don't think. Oh wait, no, that sounds stupid.
It reminds me of like Rain Man, where you didn't know what he had, but it was like autism. But he could like count cards, or he knew how to do math in his head, or those people that can play piano really well, but they can't like like they can't handle like even my co-host of with Mint Salad, she's
Mhm.
autistic and she can do art, she can do a lot of things, but there are times where she's overwhelmed with like social stuff. So there's like creativity in them, but then they
Yeah,
also sort of um adjust to things differently than I guess a quote unquote normal person on the middle of the spectrum would than over here
yeah,
or over there.
yeah, and it's like just because like someone has autism doesn't necessarily mean like they're gonna have a stronger attention span towards something else. You know what I mean? Not saying names, but I have a friend like who knows someone that is autistic. Like they still have trouble like articulating words and everything. So they're a little bit higher on the spectrum, but they're like extremely like they can communicate with their hands and stuff like pretty well. But they're like really fucking good at video games. Like it's like great, specifically like fighting games too.
Hmm.
And it's like like it's like they're good at like juggling people and like doing the wall combos and shit like that. So it's not necessarily like it's a deficit in everything,
No,
and it's probably not as extreme like as Will Ospreay says. Like like with him, it's probably just dyslexia. But I mean, he's one of the best professional wrestlers in the world. Like that's a fucking feat. And
to
then with
me
go
to
ahead.
me it's like when you play Tony Hawk, like the originals, and you put all your stats on like grind, but all your other stats are at one or two, like on your ollie or your hang time and all that. That's what it reminds
Uh
me of, where you're maxed out at one thing, like your grind or your balance or your
mhm.
manuals, and everything else just is just like one or two. Like you can ollie, barely
Yeah.
ollie. It's like that. Ollie, ollie, ollie. No,
Oi, oi, oi! Oh, I should have been grind, grind, grind. That
grind,
would be
grind,
good,
grind.
right?
Ollie, ollie,
Damn it!
ollie.
Fuck, I missed it.
Damn it, Jamie. No, but that's the way
Damn
I
it.
feel with autism. Is if you look at like an RPG, you're maxed out at like one or two stats, and then maybe everything else is like lower or not there.
Hmm.
You know,
Yeah, and do you believe in the concept that everyone has a little bit of autism in them?
I mean, yeah, but I'm not gonna like think that everyone should apply for disability and drain the government of all
No,
its
no, no, no,
funds.
no, 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 no. Like just not like that. But hold on. Let me see. Drain
I
government.
I think
Okay.
I think Martin Luther King said it best. No, I don't know. I think the Dr. Reverend Martin Luther King said it best about autism when
Huh.
nah, I don't know. I don't know. I just think
So what are you gonna do with that gun? Shoot me?
there's a little no, there's a little good in the worst of us, a little bad in the best of us, and a little autism in all of us. It's exactly what the Dr. Martin Luther King said.
No, no, because there'll be times where I know, like me and Giselle, we talked about it. She's like, "Do you think that like everybody has like a little bit of autism about it, like autism in themselves? Like not like extreme on the spectrum, but someone falls like within the spectrum." And the more I think about it, it's like I think so. I don't want
Yeah.
to like. I mean, I wouldn't classify myself as having autism, but I do know there is certain things I'll do like if I'm overstressed about something, then it gets to the point where I notice like I'm talking out loud to myself, or like I make weird noises, like like Oh man, like why am I thinking about that? And, like, I'll catch myself where like I do like weird ticks. Like if I talk about something uncomfortable, like either like I'll like kind of do this with my toes, like kind of like chafe them,
Uh,
or like I'm just like trying to do something with my fingers, like trying to keep myself like busy somehow. And I
yeah, no,
never noticed until she pointed it out to me. But I don't think I fall like super on the spectrum where it's like it causes me to like not focus on certain things.
yeah, not function or unfocus or anything like that.
Yeah, yeah.
No, I
I'm
believe it.
and I'm trying to think of a way to say it like in a non-offensive way because I'm definitely trying not to be. I'm not trying to be offensive about it at all. Like
Yeah,
I'm trying to,
no, of course.
trying to tackle it with like an open mind and shit like that. But
No, that's why it's a spectrum and not necessarily, not a spectrum. I don't know.
no, I know what you're trying to say,
Yeah,
but it's kind of cool. Like you got like, you know, wrestlers, people like Will Ospreay that tries to be like a role model, and he does seem like a really swell guy to be around,
he
like in
does.
interviews, especially for a British guy because they're usually assholes. Oh wait, no, he's Australian. Oh fuck.
That's why I said Aussie, 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 or Ollie, 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 grind,
it's
grind,
all it's
grind.
all fucking God save the Queen. God save the Queen.
Because you were grinding on the boss
Oh,
earlier.
beans with your breakfast. Oh, beans with your breakfast. Oh, beans with your breakfast. Hi, hi,
Uh,
hi, 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 hi,
continue
hi.
with the news. Last, or no, I think we have one more after this. Ethan Page. What do I have? Ethan Page says that AEW was so chaotic and unorganized compared to WWE NXT, which he calls an incredible machine. I went from somewhere that was so chaotic and unorganized to a place that, I mean, I'm still learning because I'm still so new here, but this is a machine and it's incredible. It feels good to not feel like I have to do everything myself, to have people want to see me succeed is kind of mind blowing. What do you think about Ethan Page's comments about NXT and AEW?
It kind of just like proves our speculations, right? That we've been
Yeah,
saying about AEW. I mean, I feel like, especially too, because I don't know if they're still trying to make NXT like a developmental brand still, which I feel like they still are because you got a bunch of not known names. Excuse me. You still got a bunch of like not known names that like Trick Williams, like he grew homegrown in NXT. You have like Lolo Vice, who was like an MMA star, who's now fighting for the women's championship. Lash Legend. I think his name's Javon Evans. He's challenging Trick Williams for the NXT championship tonight. Oh wait, no, it's a fatal four way because I want to say it's Trick Williams who's the champion, Ethan Page, Javon Williams, and I think, oh man, I don't know who the fourth guy is, but it is a fatal four way. I don't
oh yeah,
remember.
on Heatwave.
Heat Wave, yes, that's tonight. Unfortunately, I'm not gonna be able to see it tonight. But
I'll probably put it on, but I won't really pay attention to it like I did actually writing notes and shit.
yeah, no, man, it's gonna be good, definitely.
Yeah.
Especially Lola Vice, because Lola Vice is fucking hot. She kicks ass, but I do love Roxanne Bettis. She's pretty badass too,
Hmm.
and it's gonna be a good show. You should totally watch it. Uh, excuse me, but this kind of like proves our points of what we were saying the whole time about AEW. Like I felt like there was no like locker room leader.
No, everyone's kind of like going up to Tony and telling him, "Hey, you should put me here. Do you think we could try this?" "Oh yeah, I'll get back to you. We'll just see. Hey, Orange, Orange, what are you doing? You want to be? You ready for first to open up? To open up Dynamite?" Nah, I don't know. I mean, it's cool because I do feel like NXT is becoming more of the like third brand than actual developmental. But yeah, you're right. They could still pull people up, and I don't know. It's kind of exciting to see like that developmental league become or league that developmental place become actual program to watch where they're doing pay per views and people are actually watching it. It's exciting, and then it's taking the levels too of when it's helping TNA out and TNA's helping it out is like
Hmm.
pretty exciting too.
Yeah, I just want Joe Hendry to pop up tonight. That's
Who
all I
knows,
want.
man? All you gotta do is say his name and he appears or whatever.
Yes, sir. He comes up behind me, chucks me out. Ah!
Hey, what are you doing here? He's like, man, why'd you have to do that? Now I gotta fly all the way to fucking wherever to get there.
He pops up like with the towel around his waist and a shower cap with the long back scratcher. Where am I?
Piece of shit. I was in the shower.
But yes, but NXT Heatwave is tonight. Give it a watch. It should be pretty good. I do want to say, if I was to watch it, I'll be excited for the main event, the Fatal 4-Way, and the tag match with Nathan Frazier and Axiom versus Chase University. That one should be fucking fun to watch.
Hmm. Well, speaking of fun to watch, the last thing here I have on the news, and I didn't tell you about it. SGW Uganda has been given a TV deal with NBS TV in Uganda. Uh, my comment on this before you say anything is, where's their ring?
What's the ring?
Where's the ring? You're getting all these TV deals, you're getting all this money, you're getting all this shit. You still don't have a fucking ring. That was the only thing. What's up with that? Where's the
What's up with
ring?
that? Ding, ding,
Where's
ding,
the
ding,
ring?
ding.
It's called wrestling, but you need a ring. Where's the ring?
Is that what the people in the comments are saying on this post? Like, where's the
I
ring?
don't. Whoa, that's great. Lord White is the GOAT.
Lord White.
Guess who's the only wrestling company without a TV deal? And they got AEW
And CM
here.
Punk.
That's great news. Everyone's saying great news. Let's fucking go. It's Kurt Angle with yeah.
Uh-huh.
Um, I don't know. It's positive and I'm glad with that. But I'm just still like, where is the ring? Where is the ring?
Have they ever updated them like with the ring and stuff? Where
Let me
SGW
see.
Uganda?
SGW. What's the last match they had here? Or the last thing? Oh, geez. Oh, I don't know if I'll get flagged for this. No.
Oh man, hold on.
Uh,
July 5th.
they're
Uh,
racing. They're celebrating American Independence Day as they wait for their ring donated by Cody Rhodes. See, so Cody Rhodes, but they raised all this other money for. They're still wrestling on soft ground.
man, they're beating the fucking shit out of each other. I love that.
No,
So
I
they're
don't
winning.
know. They still don't have a ring.
Ooh,
Yeah.
damn. I hopefully. What if they get the ring right and they start wrestling in the ring, and then they're just like, man, this sucks, and then they go back to wrestling on the dirt.
Yeah. They get the ring, but they're just wrestling on the outside the whole time.
Yeah, they're wrestling on the outside of the ring all the time.
This is a no countouts match. Like every
Damn,
match.
man, they're kicking each other's asses, man.
Yeah. No, they're going pretty hard. You know how I am, man. I'm like, where was all that money going? That the whole time I've told you that, as far as like it being a good feel good news. But now they have a TV deal. And it's like,
Now,
okay, well, you know.
but I agree with you now. It's like fuck, like I raised so much money. Like where did it all go?
Hmm.
Where's Sean Ross Sapp with my fucking news? When supposedly he knew what he was talking about.
Hmm.
Oh man, I'm still trying to
Uh,
be optimistic. I'm still trying to be optimistic about it. When I see the
I know.
ring, I'll be like, okay, then I think once they get the ring, I'll be like, okay, all is forgiven. They got a ring
I'll
now.
say finally, but it's like that's with Cody Rhodes saying, "I will cover everything. Send me a blank check." You know what I mean?
Uh huh.
So it's just like, Jesus Christ, where'd all the rest of that money go? And it's like, thank you, Cody Rhodes, for the ring. And there's everyone else, Mason Mansoor and all them, like, what the fuck, guys? We gave you money to buy a ring long ago.
Dude,
Where
but
the
what
fuck?
if like they were the real heels and they kept all the money? That's why everyone's excited about Cody Rhodes. What man? Damn it! I need an update on this,
Dude,
man.
that's what I'm
I'm
saying.
spicy. It's
That's
spicy.
and I don't mean to be that devil's advocate asshole of like, oh, this is a feel good story, but it's like y'all got a lot of money like from everyone, and a
Hmm.
ring doesn't cost. I don't know. Um, I'm gonna Google here how much does a wrestling ring cost? How much does a wrestling ring cost?
Let me see. I'm gonna say, if I had to guess, at least ten
Five to ten,
dollars.
5 to 10 grand.
Man, so they should have like 3 rings now.
Dude, I'm saying it doesn't take a lot for like your basic wrestling ring. Five
On
to 10 grand.
average, a basic wrestling ring can range anywhere from $5,000 to $10,000. This typically includes all essential components like steel frames, plywood boards, foam padding, turnbuckles, rope, and mats. However, it's important to note that this price range may not include additional accessories or customization options.
Yeah, and I don't think they're gonna get like logos painted onto it or anything like that, or even the side where it covers, underneath it. You could
Uh
just have
huh.
your basic ring, and it'll be at the most 10 grand. And they
Uh
got
huh.
donated by Mason Mansour, what, like 40 something grand?
And I think it was like 26
Oh,
thousand.
it was enough to buy a ring,
Yeah. And then Ospreay donated
like 3 grand or
three
something.
grand. Yeah, 3,000. So that's about $30,000 right there. And then I'm pretty sure they had another donation thing that we covered, right?
Another GoFundMe.
Yeah, another one, which
Hmm.
I don't know. Oh, which had like an additional like what 3 or 6,000.
Yeah, so
So it was like about $36,000.
a lot of money. I don't know.
Let me see. I wanna know if they still have the GoFundMe soft ground wrestling GoFundMe. Let me see. They do have one. GoFundMe save soft ground Uganda wrestling donation protected. 290 donations so far. Um, $10,680 raised.
That's enough to buy the ring. Come on.
Jake Rhodes is organizing this fundraiser on behalf of Harmony Rhodes. Is that like part of the family?
I don't think so. I don't think
The
Cody Rhodes
royal
family.
family? No.
No, no, they only have one kid too. Cody Rhodes. He only has the little girl that they just had.
Oh yeah, they have a beautiful baby girl.
Yeah, a nice mixed
Oh,
one.
up.
But yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. Look, I was gonna say something. Right, my bad. Um, so they updated. Last updated was March 8th, I think. According
Mm.
to this, March 8th of 2024 by Jake Rose, the organizer. Hello, all. SGW Uganda has secured its future as of today. They have used $2,400 of the money to rent their land for another year without worry. They also spent $300 of it on training equipment, $1,200 on food that will last everyone for 3 months, and $1,200 on venue equipment for their first ever official show, Pearl Mania. Great news. And
But
all of
not a
these.
ring.
Let me see. I'm trying to think of what else it says. March 6th, 2024. All the money from the GoFundMe has been transferred over to Boom Bash. After GoFundMe's transferring funds, it came out to roughly $10,000, $10,130. Through the help of our friend Sophia, we were able to send all the money to World Remit over the past few days. Boombash and his students will make a video tomorrow thanking everyone for the GoFundMe campaign. And after, I will provide you with updates on what we spent the money on. And that's what I just read, not that, like just right now. You can find
Okay.
updates on the Twitter page, which we're looking at right now. Thank you for all your help. U.S. Ambassador of SGW Uganda, Jake Rhodes. Um,
I don't know if I trust a guy named Boom Bash.
that's my my crack dealer, man. He fixes my
That's
car.
That's your accountant's name, Boom
My
Bash.
accountant's name. Uh, so they said with all the money they're getting, they're sending $3,000 at a time. So I'm assuming so it doesn't get taxed. Oh,
That
because
makes sense.
it's the daily limit that they're able to send from GoFundMe,
Okay, that
which is
that
3,000 at a time.
mm,
I'm still trying to be optimistic about it, man. I want nothing but the best for them because it's. I remember when we first discovered them, we're just like, dude, this is one of the fucking coolest things we've ever seen,
yeah,
and I just want the best for them. I want them to be able to get a ring and everything.
I do
Just,
too. But from the beginning, I was like, I don't want to be that person. But what if they get this money and da da
but
da?
you're
And
right.
yeah, but I've been
You're
right the
right.
whole time.
With your king crowns like hanging
I'm-
sideways off your head.
I've been like, I don't want to be right, but I've been right the whole time.
I know, man. I don't want to say I told you so, but
I don't. I really don't. I don't feel proud of that. But at the end, we're at the end here. We'll be looking at some botches and cool spots. Here we just have. I think you sent me this one.
Harlan Abbott butterflies the arms. Holds him high.
Damn,
God.
Harlan Abbott
that looked pretty
butterflies
good.
the
That looked
arms.
pretty safe though too.
Holds him high.
I hope so. Well, yeah, he had his knees bent up.
Yeah, that was a pretty rowdy Tiger driver though.
Yeah, that's for audio listeners only.
Mhm.
This guy did a tiger driver with the arms folded like in a pedigree position, and picked him up with his legs going like straight up, but then he lifts him up by the arms, like holding him an extra like foot or two
Holding
up in the air.
his tights. You see him holding the tights.
Yeah,
Damn. And then
golly, I'll be go ahead.
he probably kicked out at 2. No.
Probably. I'd be scared if he held my tights like that, dude. I don't want my dick to pop out.
Well, I just don't want everyone seeing all the razor cuts I do to myself.
I don't
No, I
want
don't
anyone to
know.
see the my millimeter defeater. I'm
you
serious.
use a metric system, you fucking un-American piece of shit. Nah.
No shit. Oh fuck. I got caught, bro. Oh no.
This is what's his next one? This is legit insane.
That scared the shit out of me.
Hold on. So I have that a little loud. It's a one-winged angel while a car crashes through a RV.
Sure.
So we'll let that play again.
God damn.
So there's a lot going on in this. So
So, like, why is the car crashing through the fucking RV?
I don't know. So there's a car crashing through an RV over a ramp while a person gives someone a one-winged angel off of said RV onto 2 stacked tables with a fluorescent light bulb Lincoln log type thing on top of that. So there's a lot going on in this literal car crash of a fucking finish. I hope it's the finish. He probably kicked out at 2.
Probably. All these matches, you know they could get out of two.
What do you think of this this spot though?
I'm not gonna. I'm feel like I'm paying attention more to the car crash.
Yeah.
And like my thing too is, if I was to get hit with a fluorescent light tube, I'm staying down. I'm not kicking out of two. I'm staying at three, and I'm going home.
Going home, take a nice warm bath to soften the skin with all the light bulb glass in there.
Oh man, I can't imagine that shit.
Here is custody of Dominic ladder match.
Ew,
they
that's
edit
nasty.
they edited little Dominic to have his mullet and mustache.
His pencil thin mustache, man.
Here is man, Mercedes Mone got attacked the other day. I hope she's all right there after being attacked by Stephanie Vaquera
Oh no, man, her back.
or Vodka. I don't remember her that, but yeah, no, she's got a nice ass.
Yeah, yeah.
Mercedes Monet. I could see why. I'm almost on Sammy Guevara's side here.
Oh no! You stop! You need to stop! No! 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 No!
Here is
Oh man! Wait, go back.
here,
No.
oh wait, here is this guy. I almost had a heart attack. Here's an AEW clip
Oh
of
my
some.
god! I thought that was Vince. Holy shit!
That's funny. Let's go back to Mercedes Mone's nice ass, but no, it's a nice ass. I will
Yeah,
say,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
This let's see what this spot is. Oh, when the bartender at Chili's tries to cut you and your girl off after 13 frozen margaritas.
God, man.
Black on ass. Your American dream. You common woman.
I love when he spins at the beginning.
You like black on
Yeah, you're pointing so aggressively.
woman. You win. You're mine. The American dream is dead.
Yeah. No, I love Macho Man. Rest in peace.
I love Macho Man as well, but it's kind of crazy that there was someone backstage after recording that. They're just like, guys, I think we got it. Like, we got the shot.
It had to have been live then if they did this.
I hope so, dude, because that was a lot to take in.
And lastly, here, AEW were the best wrestle.
AEW is where the best wrestling.
AEW is where the best wrestle.
AEW is the best wrestling company in the world in many ways.
Believe in AEW. I believe that it's where the best wrestle.
It's so stupid.
AEW is where the best wrestle.
Oh man.
AEW is where the best wrestle.
Shut the fuck up.
AEW is where
Oh
the
my god, man. I think it was that elbow drop from Matt Hardy that got me. I'm just like, oh my god, I can't see that.
That was really bad, but
That was super fucking bad.
That's all kayfabe is where the best wrestling podcast hosts are, and
That I could get behind. Yes, sir.
just like Mercedes Mone, I really want to get behind that. I could get behind it. Yeah, no, I want to thank everyone for listening and for everyone sticking with us. What do you want to say to the people, Gabe?
Nothing much. Just thank y'all for liking, commenting, subscribing, all that fun stuff. Let us know what's y'all's favorite segment that happened this past week, or if you got something you want us to talk about, let us know. And thank y'all for the support. It really helps out the channel.
Thank everyone. Yeah, what do y'all want to talk about?
I know what you're talking about.
But yeah, thank Gabe for being here. I want to thank everyone for listening, liking, subscribing, and see y'all next Monday. Take care. Bye, guys.
Bye.